whipping that crack hard. Look at LeBron James, the black god. Got big lips and black bras. As soon as I leave Earth, it's back to the stars. Right in jar lives with tutors and girls. It's axe not to follow the world. Yo, my mental vision, setting up intuition. And you really don't have nothing if you intuition. I work with light just to give birth to life. I was born in all forms in the perfect night. The black god. Got big lips and black bras. As soon as I leave Earth, it's back to the start. I am the ruler, just like the lion and Judah. My third eye was built like an iron computer that's dark matter. And deep thought making your heart shatter. I sleepwalk, talking with smart chatter. So I don't need you to ride or die with me. I got ancestors that vibe from the other side with me. And they beam up light. After death, we got noses on our eyes. Cause the light suppress my priceless final copy. Look like Anunnaki, black god. Got big lips and black bra. In the projects, Rich is whipping that black hard. I'm just saying, my skills is whipping that crack hard. Look at LeBron James, the black god. Got big lips and black bra. As soon as I leave Earth, it's back to the stars. Right in jar lives with Judas and girls. Just ask not to follow the world. Yo, the black god. Got big lips and black bras. In the projects, Rich is whipping that black hard. My skills is whipping that crack hard. Look at LeBron James, that nigga's a black god. And you wonder why we spit lead. Just the old raps, niggas got big heads like old Mac. The way that I'm writing is more than vain. This is the age of enlightenment. Read the Moors in Spain. Now that your honor, I break some black vagina. Even the Pope went to the black Madonna. And the sun was bright as up. Niggas of all time, like Muhammad Ali. When I die, baptized in the fire. Only flag night, black skies are higher. Prior to Jah, my lives with jewels and girls. Just sex nods, fire rule the world, rubies and pearls. Black god, got big lips and black bra. In the projects, Rich is whipping that black hard. I'm just saying, my skills is whipping that crack hard. Look at LeBron James, the black god. Got big lips and black bra. As soon as I leave Earth, it's back to the stars. Right in jar lives with jewels and girls. Just sex nods, fire rule the world. Yo, the black god, infinite to infinite stars. It's infinite light. Light's got an infinite charge. Mimic the art into the dark. Drag and spark the phantom from a higher consciousness. I talk with atoms, I live in the land, and I live in the stars, original man. I am the image of God, home type uncommon. I cut diamonds, so as long as I live, nothing can stop shining. You gon' need to be in the bins to drive me crazy. Live on CNN, hearing cries from Haiti. You know the people down there trying to hide them babies. The black gods, surrounded in light, attract stars. Black gods, surrounded in light, attract stars. The black gods, surrounded in light, attract stars. portion, bitch, give me my land back. Ain't signed no contracts, why you wasting all of our trust funds? We don't know who your dad is, but we know who your kid is. Take the food off of my plate, leave that shit with my phone.
Oh wow. Might as well just go in. Motherfuckers keep calling me and shit. Peace, peace, peace. You're now under the sounds of your brother Ahanu L, aka A1 or a Tonsilus one, if you will. Hold up for 1 second. Let me see if AP is in. There you go. Alright. Just give me a second because I got a few things pulled up that we're gonna get into. AP, what's going on?
Peace, peace, peace. What's going on, big bro?
Cool, bro. How you?
Man, ready to get this heavyweight jam, man.
Alright, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt, man. How everything been going so far?
Man, everything going good, man. The research getting better. You know, shit starting to look clearer. We starting to peel back the layers and gather up all the data from this crime scene. And we about to try to explain some of the data. See if we can convict some people.
No doubt, no doubt, no doubt. The greater history is basically the understanding that we get from doing a lot of this research. As you see, that I go beyond being an Indian. You got some people who just, to the individuals who just deal with the Indian thing, that's wonderful. But as you see, when you really go into this history, you're going to see a lot of shit happened in the Americas. A lot of shit. And we're going to definitely touch on it. As soon as my screen stop freezing up, I'm going to get into it. Let me see something real quick. All right, hold up. All right. I was actually looking for the first one. All right, here. Well, you know what? This actually says something about it. All right, so we can kind of get into this. All right, so I'm just gonna actually let my computer read real quick, just from this particular book, and the book is called Ancient Mystics, um, Oriental Masonry. So just give me a second. I'm gonna let this build for a second, and just I'll be right back. All right. All right, here we go.
Not only the key to the religion taught to all men in all ages from the very beginning of conscious life up to the present, but it holds the keys to these teleges and is, in fact, the very repository of religion itself. Its degrees give this secret to its initiates as no religion nor any other order can. It has for its base the existence of God and the immortality of the soul. It recognizes man as the living temple of God. that temple which was built without sound of hammer or any noise whatever. It recognizes the Christos, Christ, as the living principle of the soul of man, and without which no one can find into a universal brotherhood. The exercise of benevolence, J. The practice of the arts, the practice of virtue and the study of both nature and God as he is. 2. The language used may seem strong. Who let in 1. We who know the work in these degrees must be the ones to judge as to what they are and what they contain. The degrees, starting with the first up to the 11th, teach all there is of religion. They give the key to religion itself. Oriental Masonry. 25.3. The ancient and mystic Oriental rite is universal, and is open to every master mason who believes in the fatherhood of God and the universal brotherhood of all men. The other qualification necessary of the neophyte is that he shall be honorable and upright in his dealings. For the cradle of the symbolism used in all masonry is placed by many of the best authorities in that country which they believe was first inhabited, i.e., the plateau of Tartary, and from there transmitted to this generation by the sages of India, Persia, Ethiopia, and Egypt. We are not indebted to either ancient Egypt for either religion or masonry, but to America. 5. It is a fact that at Memphis, Egypt, in the pyramids, under the guidance of the kings, the mystic rites of masonry were worked many thousands of years ago, but at that time Egypt and the continent of America were one and the same. 6. In America, rediscovered in the 15th century and repopulated in the 17th, was recovered Egypt in the Promised Land, or the land of the constellation of the Eagle *7. No matter how numerous or complicated the works of Allah may be, if but the right key be applied, the Great Pyramid proves to be the long-sought key to the mysteries at once of mythology and of the great world religions. Especially interesting is it to Americans in this year of the Columbian celebration of the 400th anniversary of the rediscovery of America, to see it demonstrated that the cosmic terrors Parsons, knew light from the Great Pyramid. 26. Ancient mystic interwoven with the very warp and woof of all sacred literature, Christian and pagan, refer to occurrences as literally true as the earthquake of Lisbon, these stupendous events being connected primarily with a great destruction and recovery of equilibrium in the solar system, and secondly with the consequent wrecking of the continent of America when the globe became involved in the consequences of the disorder of the skies. America, known to the mystic as Atlantis, when this ruin befell, was the seat of the greatest MP1E that has ever existed, and its irresistible armies were terrorizing all Europe and Asia. 8. Study of the American.
Wait a minute. Look, listen to this, you motherfucking Indians. Listen to this. Let me open up a little bit too. All right, we right here. Well, AP, man, we can't build. You're going to keep on getting dropped out, bro. AP, you got to stay still, bro. You heard me? AP.
Yeah, I'm in here, and now we in here. It ain't going.
Try to stay in, bro. So we ain't gotta I ain't gotta, cause I don't want to keep getting interrupted. Like once this thing start going on, you know what I'm saying? America, known to the mystics as Atlanta, when the ruins befell, was the seat of the greatest empire that ever existed, and its irresistible armies were terrorizing all of Europe and Asia, motherfuckers. Let me read it again. America, known to the mystics as Atlantis, when this befell, was the seat of the greatest empire that ever existed. And its irresistible armies were terrorizing Europe and Asia. So you telling me that American Indians that was in America was terrorizing people in Europe and Asia? Let's continue, man.
Interwoven with the very warp and woof of all sacred literature, Christian and pagan, refer to occurrences as literally true as the earthquake of Lisbon, these stupendous events being connected primarily with a great destruction and recovery of equilibrium in the solar system, and secondly with the consequent wrecking of the continent of America when the globe became involved in the consequences of the disorder of the skies. America, known to the mystic as Atlantis, when this ruin befell, was the seat of the greatest MP1E that has ever existed, and its irresistible armies were terrorizing all Europe and Asia. 8. Study of the American constellations Scorpio, Sagittarius, and Capricornus reveals the immemorial antiquity of the name of America, and the significance of the arms of the United States. The fact once recognized that it is impossible to separate the eagle from America, the land shadowed with wings of Isaiah, over which accordingly appear two grand eagles, the red swan flying down the Milky Way, and the winged steeds, Pegasus and Equalus, all the wings known to astronomy without taking the bear from Russia, Perseus from Persia, and a flood of light is poured upon the history and mythology, and where heretofore much has been vague and inscrutable, now we are able at least, to see men as trees, walking. 9. When, following the course of the constellations, those immovably and perpetually fastened upon America are reached, it will appear that, while all that is sublime in the historic past centers upon Egypt, all that is sublime in the prehistoric past centers upon *C philosophy of fire. Oriental Masonry. 27. America, Atlantis, and as the curtain which has hitherto concealed the prehistoric connection between the peoples of ancient Egypt and of America, is lifted, it will be seen that, the people of the eagle on the Nile being descended from the original people of the eagle on this continent, the twain are one, and that prehistoric America was the original Egypt or Eagle Land, prior to the mighty dispensation * in the days of Peleg, when the earth was divided, and the great globe itself was nearly rent asunder. 10. Says Agassiz, first born among continent, America has been falsely denominated the Zoo world. Hers was the first dry land lifted out of the waters, hers was the first shore washed by the ocean that enveloped all the earth besides, and while Europe was represented only by islands rising here and there above the sea, America, Atlantis, already stretched in an unbroken line of land from *Nova Scotia to the far west. 11. America was evidently peopled from the old continent, because there were only 8 persons saved at the deluge, the principal part of their posterity, during the whole of the first century after that event, occupied the very center of Asia. Some say that America was peopled by the Carthaginians who possessed the Cape Verd Islands, which are only 3 weeks' sail from that continent. Their ships, having women and children on board, might miss the intended islands, before the invention of the compass, *C philosophy of fire. Parsons, XEU light from the Great Pyramid. 28. And Dylan mystic, and if so, they would inevitably be driven by the trade winds to the coast of America. Others, judging from the similarity of some religious rites, have conjectured that it was peopled by the 10 tribes at the dispersion of Israel. Some think it received its population from China or Japan, others that it was colonized by some wandering tribes of Japheth, who penetrated into the trackless regions of North America by the Straits of Asia. Some have been bold enough to assert that America was not inundated at the deluge, and that, consequently, the Aborigines were antediluvians, and the most ancient people on earth, which last assertion is correct. Others suppose that there were few individuals preserved on this vast continent at the deluge, that it might be without difficulty repeopled. And we are told that America was peopled after the deluge, at the same time as it were, communibus aliis, with other parts of the earth equidistant from the spot whereon the ark is acknowledged to have grounded. For the grand division of the eastern and western hemispheres through the natural effect of causes operating from the deluge did not take place till about half a century after that event, and thus a subject that Bass uniformly puzzled the most learned historians and philosophers, and given ground for the most elaborate dissertations, namely, the manner by which America was peopled appears to be made simple and easy, as are all those questions that are submitted to the ordeal of truth, the infallible attestations of Holy Writ. Robertson supposes the Americans to have derived their original from the Asiatics, and supports Oriental Masonry. _ 29. His conjecture by some ancient traditions amongst the Mexicans, which ascribe their primitive population to a horde from a remote country to the northwest, whose gradual progress from the northern coast, where they landed, to the interior provinces, is distinctly traced. And, in the infancy of Christianity, Mexico is said to have been in a more advanced state of civilization than Denmark, Sweden, and Artesia. 12. From what people soever Americans descended, or in whatever manner that vast continent was originally furnished with human beings, it is certain that the first inhabitants brought with them a system of /Easteries which they applied to the purposes of religions /worship, and though this system, in process of time, was almost entirely lost amongst the scattered tribes which led an erratic life in its deepest wilds, yet any of the truths on which it was founded, were preserved in a deteriorated form, by the two great nations which had planted themselves on each side of the Isthmus of Panama *13. The people who erected the obelisks in Egypt and covered them with hieroglyphics, who wrapped mummies, embalming them with the greatest care, knew no more about the pyramid builders than we do one iota. Thesmaj Tik, VPLS sentinels the pyramids, with heads uncovered and lifted heavenward, stood there on the broad plain silent and dumb, with no one to explain their origin, when Egyptian civilization began. Oliver, History of Initiation. Jordan. 30. Ancient Mystic 14. Of this there can be no doubt. The pyramids were built by Atlanteans long centuries before Egypt was a civilized country. Why then they built in Egypt instead of on some part of what is Novi America? 1. Because Egypt was then the center of the earth and the Atlanteans with their vast knowledge sought TL1 Centa, for that will stand as long as tier. 15. That no one knew why the pyramids were built is a wrong conclusion, for we, of the mystic order of /Iasonry, know that they were built for no other purpose than for supreme initiation, for it must be remembered that there have ever been two religions founded on the one principle. The one for the priests and the other for the people. Not only does the initiation in /Fistic Oriental Masonry explain the very foundation of all religions, but it gives the key to the pyramids and unlocks the doors of the same. 16. The shape of the pyramid itself has one of the deepest meanings to the initiates. A pyramid, the triangular form of it, signifies I1E, and the cubical form the earth visited by fire. Fire in turn signifies love, God, the fatherhood of God. Could the initiates have built a more lasting monument to the fact that they, above all others, knew God as but few men know him at the present day? 17. The Egyptian pyramids excite in us the feeling of the sublime, not only on account of their spatial vastness, but also of their great age. We feel ourselves dwarfed to insignificance in their presence, and yet revel in the pleasure of contemplating them. In the presence of such a monument of ancient times, which Ori T. Tall masonry. 31. Has outlived the knowledge of itself. We stand as senseless and stupid as the brute in the presence of the action of man, or as a man before something written in an old cipher of his own, the key to which he has forgotten. For who will believe that those who at incalculable cost set in action the human powers of many thousands for many years in order to construct the pyramids, which have already existed for thousands of years, could have had in view the short span of their own life, too short to let them see the finishing of the construction, or even the ostensible end which the ignorance of the many required them to allege? One clearly, their one end was to speak to their latest descendants, to put themselves in communication with these, and so to establish the unity on the consciousness of humanity. 18. It is further certain that so much science, labor, and assur as were required for erecting so extraordinary and gigantic a structure would not have been expended by men so skillful and ingenious as its builders were, without an end in view fully commensurate, in their own minds, with the magnitude of the project. Hence, if astronomy shows that the Great Pyramid was planned with reference to a relation between Alcyone and the Pleiades and some pole star, possibly Alpha Draconis, Obviously that relation must have been of the highest importance in the cosmological systems of the built earth, the veritable key, perhaps, to all the wisdom of antiquity.
All right, I'm gonna stop it right there. All right, so they already made it clear that right here, even when you go, let me get this out of here real quick. All right, come on, close. All right, so right here with page 30, it's saying of this can be no doubt. The pyramids were built by the Andalusians, which is us. We are the Atlanteans, right? It said long before Egypt was a civilized country. When they were built in Egypt instead of some other parts, what is now America, because Egypt was then the center of the earth, and Antilians, with their vast knowledge, sought the center for that will stand as a longest time. Now, listen, understand this, right? They said it was the what? Even in this, they said pyramids because it was the center of the earth, right? What do they call? What is the center called? What is the center called? What's another word for the center? You still with me, AP? Let me just make
I'm
sure.
still here, big bro.
All right. What's another word for center?
Middle.
What do all right? What's another word for middle? Meta, right? Mediterranean, right? So the
Right.
Mediterranean would be considered Middle Earth, right? So where is Egypt? Egypt is right in the Mediterranean. Regardless of whether or not you agree, it is right in the Mediterranean, right? Now look, before we even go any further, right? This is the reason why you see this right here. Nah, it's actually this one. I'm sorry. Actually, it's this one right here. It says 500 years before Egyptians, the ancient civilization in Peru built incredible pyramids, right? All right, so let's go to something real quick. Let's go right here real quick.
Right.
What the hell is that? Oh, all right, here we go. Let's give it a second for it to load up, man. Oh, shit. Ah, boy, here we go with this shit. So he telling you in that book. And like I said, that book was written by a Rosicrucian, right? The person who wrote that book was a Rosicrucian. He was actually um a friend of Pascal Beverly Randolph. AP, you got mute your mic. I should echoing like a motherfucker. Um, he was friends with Pascal Beverly Randolph, right? All right, so look, now this is just a simple YouTube search, right? But I got the Emerald tablets, right? But check this out. It said, according to many sources, Thoth were one of the more notable Antilians, right? It's saying who, after the main destruction of Atlantis 10,000 years ago, resettled in Egypt to that great civilization on his feet, right? So it's telling you that Thoth left from Atlantis. Everybody know Atlantis is America. We can sit here and act, oh, Atlantis is some fake shit, right? But check this out. Check out where they found the Emerald tablets at. Check this out. So look, all right, look. Thoth and the Andalusians, right? It's saying is a divine teacher known from the time of ancient Egypt. The history of his life is described in the Emerald tablets of Thoth, the Atlanteans, which were discovered by M. Derrell in the pyramids in South America. Okay, why the fuck would they find his tablets in the pyramids in South America when they telling you that he left from Atlantis and went over to the Egypt? The gig is up, man. The fucking gig is up. They're lying to us about everything.
Yeah, drop
Even the
the fucking
Sumerian,
bomb off of that.
the gig is up. The gig is up. So you find the emerald tablets in the pyramids in South? Why you not finding the emerald tablets over in Egypt? Because it just told you right here. It just said right here. According to many sources, according to many sources, Thoth was one of the most notable Atlanteans who, after the main destruction of Atlantis 10,000 years ago, resettled in Egypt to get the great civilization on its feet. So why are we finding this shit? Why are we finding that the pyramids in Peru was older than the pyramids in Egypt? Because now we know why. Because Thoth was from the Americas. And like I said, the Sumerians, Mesopotamians, and the Anunnakis was from the Americas as well, right? Now let's see something real quick. Well, that's about the emerald tablets. Let me see something.
Yeah, the gig is up, man. It's overwhelming evidence found in America that you really ain't supposed to even find here, but you keep finding it time after time after time after time.
Time and time again, right?
I got some shit
Look,
pulled up too as well.
we're gonna get into this. Let me see something real quick. Let me see. All right, so boom, right here. Now look. All right, it says the intent of the Atlanteans, it's saying, and their other Edomite guys after the fall of Atlantis was to turn the steward of Earth over the mortal humans, right? It's saying so paradise were to master during the first epoch in Atlantis, and they were to be re-engineered and developed during the second epoch, which started the ancient Babylon. Ancient texts refer to Atlanteans such as Thoth as the children of men, and Edomites themselves as the children of God. Now listen to this, and Edomites, right? Now understand this, right? What did they refer to the people in America as? Nino Indios, so the children of God. That's what they referred to them as. They say or the children of the light, right? Because they already knew. It's saying while the Edomites virtually immortality and the Atlanteans could live thousands of years, we mortal humans have been locked into the short lifespan, giving us opportunity to achieve any serious level of wisdom without a loss of scribing and dedication during the fleeting years of adulthood, right? Let me see something. It's saying when Atlantis was destroyed by its massive technology, the Edomites withdrew immediately from the physical earth after directing the Atlanteans. It's saying to teach the mortal humans well, and then it's saying to vacate these premises before leaving the Atlanteans, where were to plant the secrets of the ages in the great ancient civilization in the Middle East, Europe, Asia, Africa. Now they're gonna say America last after we already know Atlantis is America. Okay, so stop it. It's saying the fertile seeds of enlightenment to sprout in the ensuing centuries. So the Edomites and the Antillians no longer have physical presence on this earth, and the ball is in our court. Now they telling we are the Anunnaki. I don't give a fuck what nobody tell you, because we're gonna start understanding, right? Now, if Thoth left from Atlantis, which was America, right? That means that Mesopotamia, why would you? Mesopotamia is in Iran. Iran is right there where Egypt at. So why would you leave Mesopotamia and then come to America? Now we're going to get into that. So I don't want to jump too far. AP, you got something you want to build on real quick while I'm looking for this?
Yeah. I'm gonna bring up quite a few things. Just a second. Let me pull it up. Just a second.
Okay. All right, no doubt. All right, so we clear on that the emerald tablets is found in South America, and being as though that Thoth was Atlantean, which is he was from Atlantis, it all makes sense why that knowledge left from the America, why the pyramids in Peru will be older than the pyramids in Egypt, and these motherfuckers stand on Thoth. They stand on this shit, and you telling me that they found the emerald tablets in South America? What's my man name that Brother Rich always be having on his show? The black dude. I can't think of his name right now. But the brother Black Magic 398, or however you said, brother Rich, what the fuck is my man name? He always talking about Thoth and the Emerald Tablets, but he never said that they found the Emerald Tablets in South America. He never said that. And I'm like, wait a minute. So if you, but that we're getting the story in reverse. I mean, this shit is as clear as this shit is as clear as day. They're giving us everything in reverse. Everything happened from America. What did they tell us here? What did they tell us here? Because it's this book right here. Look, the people who got your science is the motherfucking mystics. Okay? These so-called Masons are the ones who got your knowledge. Right? Now, I mean, we just read over this. It's saying the pyramids was built by the Atlanteans long centuries before Egypt was a civilized country. So that would match up with this right here, right?
Correct.
That would match up with, let me see something. Right, hold up. It's this one. No, it's this one. That will match up with this article right here. 500 years before Egypt. Now this saying centuries. Well, I mean, I guess you will say what? A century is 100 years, so that would be kind of
5 centuries.
that the pyramids was by the Andalusians long centuries before Egypt was a civilized country. So this book is telling us the same fucking thing, right? So let me see something real quick. Let's see something real quick.
Right. I think I got another that supports that. In fact, if you can see my screen, I got something that supports it as well.
So
Some other
Aboriginals, so
pyramids
understand.
built.
Oh, what the fuck is up with the screen? Now this shit doing the same shit again. Damn, I hate when this shit do this shit when it start freezing up.
I got some shit pulled up too. So if you want to look at my screen real quick, let me show
All
you
right, hold up.
another reference
Let
just to
me
go along with what the brother about.
let me stop sharing my screen and hold up, so you can get everything on point. Don't, I mean, you wanna, if you gonna go into the Sumerians, just wait.
No,
You heard me? If that's what
I'm
you
just
want.
referencing. I'm just referencing what you talking about. I'm just giving another source. This is not from an article. This is from a book. So that's
All right,
giving the
hold up.
same thing that you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? It's going in on the same exact thing. Construction of pyramids and structures, hundreds of years, which is centuries, right before the ones in Egypt. So that's just another source. So they got multiple sources to go to when they having these conversations, when the family is having these conversations with people that's indoctrinated with African uh center
All right, there
information.
you go, right there. I'm gonna mute my
So yeah,
mic. Go ahead.
that's what's up, man. So like I said, this is just another source to go along with what you were saying. This comes from a book. Yours was coming from articles, but a source is a source. Some of the pyramids built in America were equivalent to the size of the Egyptian pyramids. The first American pyramid builders were the indigenous inhabitants of what is now Peru, who began to build their first pyramids out of adobe about 3,000 years. So 3,000 years is a little bit over 5,000. Well, it said 3,000 BC, excuse me, my bad. Who built their first pyramids out of adobe in 3,000 BC. And 3,000 BC is a little bit over 5,000 years, right? Two of the first of these were El Espero, located in central coastal area in what is now Peru, and Cusco, which is 120 miles north of Lima, which is in Peru. So the settlement is pretty much talking about how the pyramid builders began constructing these structures several hundred years before the pyramids in Egypt. Archaeologists believe the Egyptians built their first pyramids at Saqqara between 2886 and 2613 BC. So it's telling you several hundred years. That's the same source that the brother A1 just gave you. And this is coming from the encyclopedia book that we got. So let's go into another source. Let's go into another source. The idea that the Europeans who introduced civilization to Africa is one of the biggest historical myths. In fact, evidence from archaeology, oral history, tradition, languages, cultural practices strongly indicate that it was the South American Indians who introduced civilizations to Africa. Some 7,000 years ago, long before the Greek and the Roman civilizations emerged. So what it's telling you is this is just another source to follow up with what the brother A1 is saying. The civilizations here in America has always been here, and it's been here at a pinnacle or at its height or at its primordial stages. And not only that, when things got rough, we gathered up and took these civilizations, these tools to create civilization elsewhere, and gave other people civilizations long before the Egyptians and the Romans civilizations emerged. The South American Indians had introduced civilization to Africa, thereby making Africa the second continent in the world to become civilized. Okay? How can this great Africa and all the science and all of everything come from the second place to become civilized? That's a contradiction within itself. Spurred by the South American Indian guests, and Africans built the great empires that lasted for several thousand years at a time. Contrary to popular myth in the Western world, evidence that Europeans destroyed civilization in Africa rather than made it. So, that's just another source to go along with what the brother A1 is saying. And you can't get around that we've been here. You know, we can get into arguably the first anthropologist, right, of America, which is Thomas Jefferson. Thomas Jefferson, arguably the first anthropologist. He hated our people, he destroyed our people on a massive level. But let's read what this brother said about the American Indian. It was believed that the American Indians were the first that America is the seat of the human race. That means we are the first people. That means we are the first people to become the human race. It goes back into what we just read. America would have been the first places out the water, which would have been the first place where people and humans would have been
Yo, your mic is breaking up real bad, AP. You going back and forth with this. I think you muted your mic. But yeah, just and that kind of matches up with this article right here, right? The one I've been reading for like the last couple of weeks or last couple of videos that I've been doing. And that book and the fact that Thoth left from the Atlantis, which Atlantis was the Americas or whatever, and went over to the Egypt, right? And this matches up with all of that shit, right? Come on, computer, goddamn. All right, here we go. Computer moving slow as fuck. All right, here we go. All right, hold on, let me split my screen back. All right, here we go. And that lines up with this, right? The last golden book of the Maya, right? It saying Negroes, one of the 12 tribes of Mu, settled largely in Central America. That's why we find these large Negro heads. That's not why we find them, because they always been there. We can't find no connection of the Olmec heads in Africa, right? But when you go down in here, right, it say Africa was largely depopulated after the last polar shift about 10,000 years ago. Now, what did they tell you? When did they tell you that Thoth went over there to make that settlement, right? They say about when? They say around 10,000 years ago, right? They say after the main destruction of Atlantis, right? 10,000 years ago. So this kind of matches up with the same fucking story, right? It says 7 to 8,000 years ago, Negroes from Central America migrated into the area around Nigeria and began to populate the area of Africa, meaning that we came from the Americas, meaning that Thoth and Tahuti was from the Americas, right? So let's go into this right here, right? I wanted to touch on the Anunnaki civilization, right? All right, so boom. Let's go here real quick. Man, hopefully this fucking what's the name won't give me a hard time. All right, it's moving. It is moving. All right, so it's saying was Bolivia and Peru the sunset land of the Sumerians, right? Now understand this, right? They're telling you that now they're gonna make you think that Egypt was before Peru. When I just pulled up many different articles telling you that Peru was before Egypt. I just pulled up a book telling you that the Atlanteans went over there to Egypt and built that over there, right? So check this out. Let's read a little bit of this. All right. So, all right, it's saying this article on Flutie Magna Bowl. It's saying April Holloway highlighted evidence of Sumerian writing in South America. The Flutie Magna Bowl monuments indicate that Sumerians may have formerly lived in South America, right? It's saying the possibility that the writing of the Magnum Bowl was used by Sumerians and the identification of Samaria place name on the Atipalano suggests that Bolivia and Peru may represent the tin land of the West or the sunset land. It's saying of Sumerian inscriptions, right? So I think so. Here goes a Sumerian inscription right there. They go one of them. They go another one right there, right? All right. So Kugaki, right? The Sumerians mention a land in the west called Kugaki. It's saying where they mine valuable metals. Now check this out. We know that the Sumerians are the Anunnaki. We know that the Anunnaki is also, their god was the Elohim, right? But understand this, right? The reason you see, when you see the images of the Sumerians, because the Sumerians would have been the angels. They would have been the elves. Right now, if you don't fall for none of this shit, you guys got to do you. You keep on watching videos about niggas posting Indians and shit. You ain't gonna learn none of this shit. You ain't gonna learn none of it. You're gonna stay in your little areas and just keep spinning around in circles like these Native Americans do. You ain't gonna learn about none of this shit. All right, you ain't gonna learn about it. I'm sorry, you're not. So Dr. A.H. said that the tin land in Samaria was Kugaki. It's saying source made it clear that the Sumerians claim that they obtained tin from this land. Talking about America, right? The ancient Sumerians was great navigators. Okay, who else they tell you was great navigators, right? It's the Sumerian ships sailed to Egypt, Northeast Africa, and the Indus Valley in search of metal and goods to support for that. Now it all fucking starting to make sense, but it ain't gonna make sense to Indians. It's not gonna make sense to, and I'm sorry, unsubscribe. I'm dealing with some other shit here. We dealing with this real information. We not dealing with just some motherfucking Indian tribes, yo. We dealing with some real information. And the people who keep you in that mind state, it's great for you to find out your culture or some of your culture, or to find out your origins. But this is your origins too, right here. This is your origins. Look, it said the ancient Sumerians was great navigators. Sumer ships sail. Now, look, check this out. Why would they? Sumer is right next to Egypt. So how the fuck did their ship sail to Egypt? If I pull up the map and show you where Iran is at, it's right next to Egypt, right? And it's actually is Northeast Africa. Actually, look, let's go to something real quick. Let me see something real quick. Let's see something. Check this out. Let's see where this map is at. All right, so remember, Persia is Iran. All right, so I'm trying to find a good map. Let me see something. All right, so look, this is a better map right here, right? Let me open it all the way up. Right now, look, let's go. Let me see something too. Let's go here. Hold up, let me put it in right. All right, so let me see something. Let's go to images real quick. So where's the Mediterranean at? All right, so look. Let me open this up a little bit. So look, this is the Mediterranean. The Mediterranean would be all this right here. All right, Middle Earth, right? What they said, the center of the world, they said was where? In Egypt, right here, right? This according to what they said, but it's really, look, you see the Mediterranean Sea. So all of this will be the Mediterranean, meaning Middle Earth, right? Where do we find Sumer will be right here where Iraq is at, I believe. Let me see something real quick. Let's go back here. So you see Sumer right here and Egypt. So how the fuck did they have to travel on seas to get to Egypt? How? Egypt is right. Egypt is right here. It's right here. All of this shit has something to do with each other, right? Just the reason. Listen, look, I'm not never gonna let that Moorish shit go because it's too much research that I'm finding that is telling me. It just told you Tahuti went where? To Mediterranean, which is the Middle Earth, right? It just told you that the Sumerians were where? Mediterranean, which even though they showed you Sumer right here, all of this is the Mediterranean is right here. Egypt is right here. So wouldn't it make sense that that the people that inhabit this whole landmass came from the fucking Americas? And if we left from over here and went over there to build civilization, and then they telling you you got connections to the motherfucking hold up. You got connections to the Anunnaki, right? It's saying the ancient Sumers were great navigators, right? Who else they tell you was great navigators? Sumers ships sailed to Egypt, Northeast Africa, and the Indus Valley in search of metal and goods. Okay, so now hold up. Egypt, they Sumer, they telling you soon if Sumer right here, this is Northeast Africa. This is Northeast Africa. So somewhere in the story, there's a fucking lie. Somewhere in the story, there's a lie. And more than likely, the lie is the fact that the Anunnaki was Thoth. Thoth was the Anunnaki. If I'm understanding this shit properly, he was the one, but they're not gonna tell you all of this together because they're trying to hide the history, right? So let's go back here real quick. Let's go back here real quick. All right, so let's go down some. All right, so look, check this out. So King Sargon in 27 BC. Now, 27 BC, that's 3,700 years. No, I'm sorry, that's not 3,700 years ago. Look, listen to the timeline, right? 2700 BC will be 4,700 years ago, right? Now, wait a minute. Now, wait a minute. Check this out. Check this shit out. Let's see something real quick. We're going to go here real quick. Give me a second. All right, so look. Let's see the date. Let's see the date when Peru was. Look. Listen to this shit, y'all. All right, so look, pyramid. Look, they saying the pyramids in Peru as old as in Egypt, right? Just in the time ancient Egypt was erecting their first major pyramid along the Nile River 4,600 years ago. What year did it just say that the Sumerians came here, or according to what they believe? They saying King Sargon in 27 BC mentions that Kuga Key was part of his empire. He talking about North America, saying that was part of his fucking empire, right? It says source in his papers named The Geographics of Sargon of Akkad, published in the Journal of Ancient Egypt, translated a document written in the 8th century BC, the Sumerian official. The document stated that Sargon Empire included the countries from the rising to the setting of the sun. It's saying with Sargon, the king conquered with his hand, including among many other lands, the land of Gatium, the land of Meru or Amorites, and Kugaki. It's saying the 10 land which lies between the upper sea or the Mediterranean, right? So let's go now. So this is what they saying a Sumerian look like. This is a motherfucking nigga. This is a nigga right here. They went out his way to make his lips look a little thick. He got a fucking beard, right? But check this out. We're gonna link some more stuff to AP. You still with me? Let me see the AP get knocked out. Oh, there you go. All right, there you go, AP. There you go. All right, so I'm gonna read through some more of this before we get into the other one. All right, so look, it's saying source believed that Cougar Key was probably located in Spain. The presence of the Funti Magna Bowl suggests that Cougar Key was in South America instead of Spain. Source Cougar Key was west of the Mediterranean. It was probably the name of some region in North and South America because the America lies west of the Mediterranean Sea, while Spanish lies on the Mediterranean, right? Now, well, Spain lies on the Mediterranean. Let's go down some more. All right, so look, American ancient civilization and J. Belly and a selling to the paradise maintained that the area around the lake Titicaca may have been called Lake Manu. It's saying by the Sumerians. According to the Verrils and Bailey tradition, claimed that Sumerians made many visits to the land west of the Mediterranean. Now, why the fuck is they in the Mediterranean and the Moors are also in the Mediterranean too? Why? Why the Moors in the Mediterranean and the Anunnaki in the Mediterranean? And they saying that they. So my understanding from this, right? I'm just going to take a shot, a long shot. They saying that the Anunnaki, which I believe is Thoth, which they're telling us the whole story in reverse because we already just proved that see, the only thing that they're standing on that's making Mesopotamia anything strong is the fact that they're going by Egypt. But even when you look, I couldn't find an article that shows the civilizations, and it first is Mesopotamia, then it's Peru, then it's fucking Peru. You understand? Then it's Peru. Why is Peru the next greatest civilization next to Mesopotamia? And not Egypt. And then it's another city in Peru, then it's Egypt, right? Now, how did we just connect all of it? We connected it through Tahuti and Thoth, right? But then they telling you that the Anunnaki came to America, or a Kaga Key was a Sumerian or Anunnaki civilization or part of their empire, right? Now look, what else do they tell? Man, listen, this thing is, I'm gonna tell you like this, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all like this, right? I found too many fucking connections. Like, really, y'all niggas think y'all was Indians living in the land or whatever. Yeah, you probably was. But understand this too. Indians traveled too. So, I mean, they not calling Thoth or the people from Atlantis Indians. They're calling them Atlanteans, right? Okay, so let's go down some more, right? All right, so it's saying the traditions made it clear that Cougar Key in their Mogul ships, it's saying canoe form tablets made it clear that Mughal ships can carry up to 8.5 metric tons of precious metal, right? Now listen to this. Listen to this. The Sumerians probably came in contact with Cougar Kiva, the Atlantic currents that take you from Africa to Brazil, which this is bull number. The Anunnaki, listen, understand this, right? This is just my understanding of this shit, right? The Anunnaki was in America. The Anunnaki are the Moors, or whatever the fuck you want to call them, right? They go over there to the Mediterranean, Spain and Portugal, and start that colony up there. They're saying to mine gold or mine precious metals or whatever. Now they're going to tell you that they created a slave race in between. Okay? Do that make any sense to you guys? The slave race? But let's go a little further into it, right? It said the major center for mining in Bolivia and Peru is and was Potosis. I guess that's how you pronounce it, right? It's saying once the established mining operation in Kugaki, local people probably begin to work in the mining operations and adapted many Sumerian cultures, linguistic terms, and their social technology in writing, i.e., the Proto-Sumerian script. This means that writing has a long tradition among the people in Bolivia and Peru. Now, this is via Clive Winters. All right, Dr. Clive Winters, right? So let's go down some more. So, all right, so we're going to read some more through this. All right, so the kingdom of Antis. The Andes may have been the thin land of the Kugaki of the Sumerians. The Andes Mountains were also called Antis. This area was formerly called Antisayo, kingdom of the Antis. This was also the home of the Antis Indians in the Quikuyu language spoken by many Indians in the area. Antis means copper. America originally applied to who? Okay. Antis was also the name of the native people who formerly lived in part of South America. So that means that the native people, Antis means copper, and that was the name of the native people who lived in South America, which they was called copper. Why the fuck you think they calling the people of Americas the copper color races, right? So Antis is probably of non-Quechua origins. The Chapaya language, another native language spoken in this area, is different from the Quechua and the Awamoro. Some researchers claim that Chippewa is closely related to the Maya language, which are spoken in Mexico, right? Parts of Bolivia is famous for the rich minerals found in the area. Many of these metals are found at Bolivia Altiplano near the Lake Pulpu as inland sea. It's saying which was formerly connected to the Pacific Ocean, and the rivers now dried up. Okay, this is it right here. This is the river that dried up. Whatever. All right, let's read a little bit more of this. Let's go all the way out. Let's go all the way out. So Bolivian Altiplano is the largest plain in the world. It's saying it contains two inland seas, Lake Tatico and Lake Pulpu. This area of the Andes Mountains make it an apt location for the Lake Manu or Cloud Lake of the Sumerians, where metal was mined in the mountains of the. Now check this out. I'm gonna show y'all something else too, right? If I could find, let me see if I can find a picture real quick. They saying it was mined in the mountains, right? I got this image right here, right? Check this out. Let's see something real quick. All right, let's go through here. We're gonna go through here till I find it. So just give me a second, y'all. We're gonna open this up. I'm gonna show y'all an image that they got in America in the earliest depiction, right? They got a fucking image in that book where they got fucking pipes coming out of a damn mountain, right? And they doing something. I don't know what the fuck they doing in the mountain, but it's pipes coming out of a fucking mountain. All right, let's go. Come on, computer, don't start this shit, man. God damn, this motherfucking computer. Let me see something real quick. I never seen this real quick. Let me see something real quick. There's a we on this page. Look. Look at the Indians at the bottom. Look at this. It's not allowing me to make it bigger. But if you see the Indians right here, it's just some more images of them. Hold up. Oh, there they go again. Look. All right, hold up. I'm going to find this one particular image for you guys. Right here. All right. I don't know if it's going to let me open it up. Let me see something. I don't know why this fucking page. You can't see it. If you can see it right here, you see that they got something coming out the mountains, man. Let me see something. Let me see. I can't open this. I don't know how to fucking open it up. Why is it not letting me open this shit up? But if you see right here in the back, you see little pipes coming out of the fucking mountain right here. I just found we was always trying to figure out what the fuck was they doing in this mountain right here. Right? We was always I never like if you see this image, let me see something. Maybe I can get it bigger. Let me see something real quick. Oh, actually, hold on. Let me see something. All right, here we go. This right here. I can find it now. All right, give me a second. All right, boom. So this is public domain. All right, these are images right here. Boom. All right, these are some of the images right here. Now you see some crazy shit going on in some of these pictures, man. Because I believe some of these pictures were a product of experiments, man. You see this fucking animal got a face like a man right here. Hold up. Let me see something. You back in AP. Let me see something. All right, let me see if I can click on the connections. Hold up. Matter of fact, you know what? Where the fuck is the rest of the images at? Let me see something real quick. I want to see if I can find that. All right, let me see. It said, hold on, notice. Yeah, you're right. The Andes isn't Andes. You right about that, Chief. Wow, you definitely right about that. Let me see if it's. I want y'all to see the picture. I think this is it. No, that ain't it. Hold up. Let me see something. I think it's at the top. Let me go back. All right, hold on. Here you go. Why is it not letting me go back to the fucking website? Hold up. Let's go back here. I don't know why it's not letting me even open this shit up. Let me see something. Resources. Oh, I'm gonna click on the right page. I can't. It's not letting me. Damn. No, it's not showing. It's not letting me. I can't find that picture right now. Nope, I can't find it right now. Now you see unicorns right here though. That's what he was talking about. The unicorns. Let me see something. But damn, you know what? Fuck it, man. I'm gonna keep it moving. But I don't know why it's not allowing me to open this shit up. I don't know why. But if you see in the back right here, you see fucking mountain. This is a mountain right here. And you see pipes and shit coming out the mountain, and they got an entrance of the fucking mountain right here, man. And he's the same Indian with the feather crown on and everything like we see. Okay, and I'm gonna read through this. I'm gonna see what they was doing, and I'm gonna actually read some of this and see does it say anything about them molding metal. But we see that we was molding metal in the American Indian Encyclopedia, 15,000 years of innovations and inventions, right? And it tells you that the Anunnaki came here. Let's go back. It tells you they came here around 27 BC, right? But in 27 BC, Peru was still thriving, right? Let's see something real quick. It doesn't tell you how old. Oh, here it go right here. It says, look, it says researchers use radiocarbon data on the fibers of the stack of this from the stacks to establish that the pyramid construction took place as early as 26, 27 BC. It's saying the first major cut stones of the pyramid the first major cut stone pyramid by the Egyptians, the step pyramid at Saqqara, was built at the same time. Look, it's saying the building technique and design emerges into two cultures, bear little resemblance. However, there is a higher level of technical sophistication in Egypt than Peru. This is what they're trying to say, right? The Egyptian structures are more complex in the term of their engineer building solid masses. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. You see them structures in America. This ain't got nothing on Tenochtitlan land. Nothing over there in Western ain't got anything on T. And this is an image of Tenochtitlan land. Let me see. It has nothing on Tenochtitlan land. Nothing. All right, come on, motherfucker. Well, that's one of the images. Let me see if I can get a better one than that. I want to find it when it was thriving. These are some other images of Tenochtitlan. This is just like the canals that they had. This is Tenochtitlan. These are the canals. Let me see if I got a better picture. I got it right here. Boom. So this is an image of what they say Tenochtitlan looked it like. Let me see. That's an image of it. I can probably find a better image than this, but this is the image of it. The pyramids were sitting on top of water. You see the water, you see the canals and everything. You see they made a highway on waters. This is a fucking highway right here, right? All right, let's go back real quick. Let me see, do I got anything else for Tenochtitlan? No, you know what? I think that's pretty much it. But this is an overlook of it too. This is an overlook of it. This is how they say it looked it. This is how they say Tenochtitlan looked it. Egypt ain't got shit on this. And we already know that Thoth left from Atlantis and went over there to Peru. See, they telling us this story in reverse. The key to it is to find, even when you find the Sumerians over here on the Anunnaki or whatever, that's a big key to everything, right? So let's go back into a little bit more of this, all right? So let me see something. Hold up real quick. Let's go down. This is where they said Cougar Key is at. This is fucking not too far from Peru. Is right here. This is Peru right here. I believe this is Peru. Peru is over in this area somewhere. Well, matter of fact, you know what? Yeah, Peru is over in this area. I'm right. Peru is over in this area. Right here, right? Now they saying Cougar Key. It's saying Cougar Key, the western thin lands of the Sumerians, right? All right, so let's read a little bit more, right? So Cougar Key, the western tin lands of Sumerian. It's saying Lake Tatacoco and Lake Popo are connected by the river of Dasagar. It's saying Dero. It's saying I can't pronounce that. The companion lake of Pupu was Lake Uru. It's saying the city of Aurora is located near Lake Uru. It's saying Rich Mountain. The metals found near Lake Popu includes copper, tin, gold, and silver. Here we find metal being extracted in the cities of Aurora and Coral, where gold and copper was mined. The names of these cities suggest that Sumer origins. In Sumerian, the name for the city of Uru, the suffix Uru for city, and Lake Papu is striking similar to Uru, right? It said it's also interesting to note that the major center in this area for the mining is Potosis is famous for its thin deposits. At Potosis, we find Potosis Mountains, which made of solid thin, was called the Mount Catavi. All right. So let me see something. So they giving you connections all through this article, man. They saying this is what it looked like, Poultice or whatever. Let's see something. I'm gonna read some more of this. All right, so symbols. In addition to the affinity symbols, it's saying the symbols found on Pakataya monolith. It's saying Magabo and Incan wavings. It's in Incan wavings. We also find these symbols are identical to the signs engraved in the Mach bricks. It's saying a common feature of Anaka. It's saying, or carved in Inca stones are steps cut into the rocks. Clive Winters in the ancient scripts of South America, the Sumerians in South America has shown that the Inca throne and immaculately carved set of shallow steps is similar to the Proto-Sumerian signs. Other signs from Hakas or carved stones at Radaduro Hill of the white stones at Chippupu, I can't pronounce that. Relate striking to the writing found in Pakataya in the Magnum Bowl. All right, so let's go down a little bit more. Yeah, these words is fucking me up. My bad, y'all. In addition to the Sumerian influence in South America writing system, it is interesting to note that Pakataya statue and Tihanaka monument share similar headdress. It's saying and rib impression along the chest area and indicates the relationship between the builders of these monuments. All right, I'm saying the same thing right here. These are same monuments, same shit. Same shit. Showing the ribs right here, showing the headdress, showing the same thing. All right. This is Pakata, and this is Ta'ahanaka. All right. So they the same fucking thing, man. They the same thing, man. Um, all right. It said the linguistic evidence supports the view of the Sumerians living in Kagaki were miners. The Sumerian term for copper was Uyudu. This term agrees with the Amara term for gold, Aru, and copper, Anti. It's saying that the similarities between the Uradil and the Yawara and I can't pronounce that. Sorry, y'all. Suggests that the Sumerians has been the first people in this area to exploit the metal found throughout the Titicaca area of Bolivia. The present Sumerian terms of the Amara language, Sumerian place names, and Sumerian writings on the Funti Magna Bowl and what the fuck is that? My bad, y'all. Fucking things just be popping up on their own, yo. Oh man, this is some bullshit right here. fuck is you playing for? Damn. All right. Hopefully that shit won't go back off again, y'all. Every time I'm on these reading from these articles, the shit be going off. All right. So where was we at? All right, we passed that. The symbols past that. So we right around here. All right. Okay, all right. So this is actually by Clive Winters. I would love to get in contact. I can't get in contact when I do got his email. I need to email him. Maybe we could have this conversation on it. So the presence of the Sumerian terms in Amharad language, Sumerian place names, and Sumerian writings in the Funti Magna Bowl and the Pakata'a statue makes it obvious that the Sumerian civilization was formed widespread in South America. This leads me to believe that Bolivia and Peru may have represented the Kuga Key 10 lands of the West mentioned in the Sumerians inscriptions, right? So now look. Oh, nah, you know what? Hold on, I got something else I want to touch on real quick. Hold up. All right, hold up. This one right here. I think it was this one. All right, I think it was this one. Was it this one? Oh, yeah, it was this one. Hold up. Was it this one? Let me see something. Oh, yeah. All right, boom, because it talks about Thoth. Yeah. All right, boom. All right, this is exactly what I wanted to read right here. So we're going to touch on a little bit of this right here. Shit's kind of long. All right, so it's a lost ancient alien Anunnaki civilization in Mesoamerica, right? So it said, according to Sumerian records, they were 4 ancient civilizations established by the ancient alien Anunnaki rulers of Mesopotamia. One was in Mesoamerica. Zachariah Stinson, Lost Realms, and Grant Hancock, Fingerprints of the Gods, explore the mysteries of lost civilization. Their conclusions, considered in the light of mainstream archaeology, provides some interesting insight into the origins of the architects of Mesoamerican civilization that followed established of the Sumer, now they saying now Africa and Indus Valley Indian, right? So remember, you find the number 0 in the Americas first because it had to be here first, okay? Where else do we find it? We find it in Egypt, and we find it in the Indus Valley of India. Okay? Let's check this shit out. Let's read some more of this, because he's gonna talk about Thoth too. But he's gonna talk about him from coming over there to come over here. When I already established the fact that they already told you. This is, look, real quick, before we go any further. Well, let's just establish this fact that somebody agree with us. It said, according to many sources, no matter of fact, I ain't got to go this actually. I think it's in this one. Is it that one? Let me see something. There's one of these. So much shit opened up here. I mean, well, it said it right here too, right? It says, according to many sources, Thoth was one of the notable Andalusians who, after the main destruction of Atlantis 11,000 years ago, resettled in Egypt to get the great civilization on its feet, right? So that's telling you that people left from here, right? Also, we have this article right here, right? That's telling you pretty much the same. After Africa was largely depopulated at the last polar shift about 10,000 years ago, 7,000 to 8,000 years ago, Negroes from Central America migrated into the area around Nigeria and began to populate that area of Africa, all right? So now they saying Nigeria, but understand, bro, if they left from here, the people who went over there to the Iberian Peninsula came from the Americas. Because it's even telling you right here in so many ways that people is leaving from the Americas, meaning we was seafarers, meaning we was navigators, to other regions. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's all you need to know. Now, hold up. Let's go back to what we was reading the first time. All right, so let's go back here. I think it was this one. Yeah, it was this one. All right. It say the central issue is whether ancient Mesoamerica is the product of alien or lost human civilization. The origins of lost civilization of Mesoamerica. The city of Tahanaku is regarded one of the oldest and ancient cities in Mesoamerica, according to mainstream archaeologists. This is dated at about 600 AD. Now that's a fucking lie, because AD 600 AD will be 1400 years ago, right? That's bullshit. We just showed you. They just told you right here in this article that this period, that the pyramids, that the researchers used radiocarbon dating on fibers of established that the pyramids constructed, this is the Supe Karu, took place as early as 26, 27 BC. Okay? 26, 27 BC, right here. See that? But he gonna say right here that the oldest civil, that's bullshit. Because they're fucking with the numbers to make it seem like, and plus, they already told you. Well, you know what? I'm gonna touch back on that. Say, however, for different reasons that can be possible reconcile. It's saying both Stinson and Hancock contend that Tia not is much older, dating back to almost 15,000 years ago, motherfuckers. How old did they say the American Indian Encyclopedia is? 15,000 years of inventions and innovations, right? Okay. We are the motherfucking Sumerians and the Anunnaki. We are them. Okay? We created the Europeans. The European was the so-called slave race that you hear in the story of Enki and Enlil. In the story of Enki and Enlil, they tell you that they created somebody. They ain't create us. They created them. Okay? Now check this out. They say both Stinson and Hancock point to the astronomical alignments. It's saying at Tahanako as a clue to its real age. The Stargate alignment is such that the Tahanako was aligned in ordinance with the precise position of the spring Annox. I'm sorry. It said marking the first day of the solar year. Now, what did I show y'all before? Didn't I show y'all that they found the motherfucking observatory in Central America, in South America? And the observatory had 3 different sides to it, which was one of them was tracking March 21st, June 21st, and motherfucking September 21st. Meaning that they was tracking the motherfucking, I don't know, I can't tell you exactly what the observatory was for, but they was dealing with astronomy. That's it. They was dealing with astronomy over here. Now they're trying to tell you all these stories. People came from over here. No, people left from here. This is the reason why you find this shit this is the reason why you find all of this shit throughout the Americas, man. Let AP back in. This is the reason why you find all this shit in Americas. All right, so we're gonna read some more, right? All right, hold up. Let's go down some. All right, so boom. In addition to the iconograph and symbolism used to depict the founding gods of Tia, I can't get that word. Every time I say it a different way. My bad. I gotta say it to myself like 10 times for me to really program it in. But is strikingly similar to the depictions used by the Babylonian and Sumerian architects, right? Now they're telling you that the iconograph and symbolism used to depict the founding god of Teotihuacan is saying it's strikingly similar to the depictions of the Babylonian and Sumerian architects. The agreed reason for the establishment of Teotihuacan on the shores of the lake of Titicaca Titicaca, I guess that's how you pronounce it, is the large amount of tin deposits found in the area, which would be extensively used in manufacturing of bronze in Mesopotamia. It's saying now they trying to tell you that they came from over here to find tin over here, and they went back over here. No, that shit is all bullshit, man. It's saying if we in the inquiry here, this establishment of Tiahanaka appears to have been driven by the need to secure the tin deposit. Nevertheless, we are still left with the mysteries of identifying the founding gods. It's saying, and the purpose of astronomically aligning, I don't know how to pronounce this, I'm about to butcher it, but I'm going to say it in the Kala Saya. It's saying, all right, so I guess that's a area, whatever. But let's go down. So, all right, let's go down. So it's a stitching virtues further to suggest that based on these apparent coincidence, the Sumerian records can assist in identifying Vericacha. It's saying can be understood against the background of the Anunnaki activity in Sumer. It's saying, in particular, the need to replace the dwindling tin supplies and extensive Anunnaki territory by Enlil after the first division of the earth realms between Enki and Enlil, following an initial operation that had begun at Eridu in the wake of the Anunnaki. Immediately rival on the earth. Now they're gonna say they came on the earth because they're gonna make them seem like they was fucking aliens because they don't know where they came from, and they trying to make. They don't want people to know that they're related to the Anunnaki. We gotta be the Anunnaki. It don't. None of this shit makes sense. None of the history makes sense. None of it makes sense. But it's all starting to say that all this shit was founded in America or whatever. They invented, created all of these other races here in this country. That's the only thing that would make sense to me. Okay, now let's go into some more of this. It's saying, all right, the Anunnaki activities have gone ahead in earnest with mining activities in Africa, resulting in Igul rebellion and the creation of the primitive worker by Enki to ease the burdens of the gods. Okay. Okay, now they trying to say in Africa. Now, understand this too. I'm not 100% sure on this. It's going to change as I get more data to back what my particular claim is. But also, they tell you that white people was in Africa first. When they tell you about the Slavs being taken across the fucking the Sahara, across the desert, and it's telling you that they're dying as they're going, it all makes sense now. They probably was created over here, and then we left from over there and went over there to Spain, Portugal, Egypt, and Sumer and created all that shit over there. It ain't happening in reverse. Because Mesopotamia they could not create Sumer and then come all the way to South America. Then we got stories of Thoth leaving Atlantis, which is America, going over and building the statues in Egypt. So it doesn't make no sense. It's either Thoth was from the Americas and the Sumerians and the Mesopotamian was over here. Because I find it very strange that the second civilization next to Mesopotamia was Peru. All right, so let's continue. Let's go a little further, right? So from his base in Mesopotamia, center of Napro, mute your mic for me, AP, the center of Nippur, Enlil, in his role as Lord of the command had overseen the entire project. Excuse me. Stitchin argued that after the tin needed in Mesopotamia was discovered on the shores of Lake Titicaca, the Anunnaki resolved to further develop the surrounding area and built Tiahuanaco as a new state. Now they telling you they built the fucking pyramids here. They telling you they built the pyramids, but if you get the story in reverse that the pyramids here was built first, then you will understand that Thoth got to be motherfucking one of the Anunnaki. He has to be. They're just telling us these stories in different ways, man. So let's go down a little bit more. It's saying, as such, it is possible that Vara Kachu, an ancient Mesoamerican codex and memory, is in fact the Sumerian god Enlil, and also that Tiahuanaco was built as an extensive of leading Enlilite Sumerian city state Nepal as part of an ongoing Earth colonization project. Okay. Okay. Check this out. Quetzalcoatl, the realm of the plum serpent, between 3000 and 4000 BC, gold mining. Now they telling you that the Anunnaki was here at the same time when motherfucking the pyramids was over here, man. Now he gonna kind of fall on his sword at some point in time in his article. But I just told, look, motherfucker, look at this. It say 3,000 to 4,000 years ago, right? It say 3,000 to 4,000 years BC. Now, okay, 3,000 BC, add with 2,000 years would be 5,000 years, and 4,000 BC would be 6,000 years. But I've read pyramids in Brazil are about 6,000 years according to them, right? But they're telling you right here that the pyramids in Peru was around. So 2,600 plus 2,000 will be 4,600 years ago. They told you, when did they tell you that the Anunnaki came here? 27 BC. 27 BC. Either they're and Zachariah Stitchinger said that they think that area was 15,000 years ago. Okay, so let's go into some more stuff. All right, where was we at? All right, so it said between 3,000 and 4,000 BC, gold mining cities like Cuzco and Teotihuacan was established. This period marked the regions of the god Quetzalcoatl, the plum serpent. In ancient Mesoamerican codex and memories, Quetzalcoatl was another fair-skinned god, which they lion, who brought civilization and the knowledge of gold mining. On his arrival, he built the 3 pyramids of the moon and the temple of Quetzalcoatl. Okay, it's saying were modeled after. Now, look, listen to this. Listen to this. On his arrival, he built 3 pyramids of the moon, sun, and temple of Quetzalcoatl, which was modeled on the Giza pyramid. So he's saying Quetzalcoatl was modeled on the Giza pyramids, right? Because the shit happened here first. It happened here first. And if it didn't, we should not find any data to support any of this shit that I'm talking about. We should not find any fucking data to support it. Now look, this period was also accompanied by the introduction of the circular Mayan long count calendar. Now we know that the Mayan calendar is 25,000 years. That's how long they said the last age, before the age of Aquarius or whatever. No, hold up. Yeah, the age before the age of Aquarius, it was the motherfucking the fish, Pisces. All right. It said both Stitchins and Hancock agrees that ancient realm of the plum serpent connects to ancient Egypt. Ancient Egypt. We know why it connects to ancient Egypt. But check this out. The connection would not only explain the pyramids, but the presence of African Olmecs in the regions. Now look, here we go. On this score, Stitchin verges further than Hancock by relying on the Sumerian records to fill in the gaps on the identical Quetzalcoatl and the architects of the Golden Mine civilization in ancient Mesoamerica, right? It's saying in the Lost Realm, Stitches refers to Sumerian records accounts of the Tabu of Babel. All right, the Tower of Babel incidents. It's saying, and hold up, let me see something. The Tower of Babel, right? Didn't we just read something like that, yo? Hold up. Hold the fuck up. Hold the fuck up. Let me see something real quick. Didn't I just read something about that? Hold up. Babel. What you got to say about that, AP? You're AP. You're AP. AP. I guess AP can't hear me. All right, whenever this come back up. AP. You're all right. AP can't hear me, so I'll mute his mic. I thought I just muted his mic. Why you unmute your AP? All right, let's mute his mic. All right, so hold up. Let me see something real quick. All right, this book is taking forever to open up. Come on, man. What the fuck? Any day now. All right, AP. Hold up. All right, it's not letting me get that. I could have just swore I read something about Babel in here. Let me see something. All right, I can't find it, but I'm gonna move on. AP. Why you keep muting your mic, AP, if you can't hear me? All right. Let me get finished reading this right here. All right, so it said the account of the Tower of Babel incident. The supreme Anunnaki god Ahanu, you know already know. The second inspection visit to Earth to assess the program made by Inky and Enlil, since the Earth has been divided between them and initial settlement by the Anunnaki at Eridu. It's saying Sumerian records note that the following: Marduk defeat at Babel. He took over the realm of Egypt and displaced the Anunnaki. Thoth. Look, look. What is they calling Thoth? Anunnaki. Okay, look. The Anunnaki display. It says, look. It's in a Sumerian record. Notes the following: Marduk is saying defeats at Babel. He took over the realm of Egypt and displaced Anunnaki, Thoth, or this is another name, Nas, I can't pronounce that, Lord of Egypt, right? It say in response, Thoth migrated. Now listen to this. What did I just tell y'all before? Listen to how they lying to us. Listen to this. In response, Thoth migrated to Mesoamerica regions whose settlement has begun with the establishment of Tianaka. It's saying on arrival in Mesoamerica and in opposition of Murdoch, Thoth formed an alliance with Enlil and was granted a realm in Mesoamerica, which he built under the name Quetzalcoatl. Now listen, they lying to us about all this shit, yo, because we are not supposed to find all these fucking connections. Now Thoth was an Anunnaki, like I just told y'all. What the fuck did I just say? What did I just say? Check this out, right? Let's go a little further, right? All right, it's saying his realm would flourish and became to known as the Anunnaki outpost of the Elilites after the nuclear destruction of Sumerian civilization in the second pyramid war, which saw the at sedance of Murdoch and establishment of Babylon as the a Mesopotamian city. I'm sorry, y'all. If Thoth did not come from Egypt, then the presence of listen to what his argument is. Listen to this shit. Listen to this, because they are taught that it was no black people here. So they gotta, every time you find a black person in America, somebody had to come somewhere. Stop fucking lying to us, you lying motherfuckers, and just say that we was already here. We got archaeologists, we got paleontologists saying this. Why are these niggas still lying to us? Why don't they want us to know we was here? Why? Now look, if Thoth did not, listen to this. If Thoth did not come from Egypt, then the presence of the Olmec could also explain as part of African continent. It's saying that had accompanied Thoth from Egypt. They're lying. They're fucking lying. They just said Thoth left from Atlantis to Egypt. Okay? The historical role of Nubian, and this is how these niggas get caught up. By reading this shit, listen to this. The historical role of the Nubian Kushites in ancient Egypt is already acknowledged even in mainstream history, and it is therefore possible that Thoth may have been accompanied by the assistance of African Nubians in the establishment of Mesoamerica. Now, they telling you that black people established Mesoamerica, but they just won't tell you that they was already fucking here. And if he will go that far to say that black people established Mesoamerica, it's saying of the plume serpent from 3000 BC when the Mayan long calendar was introduced. And that's a lie right there. But let's go further. Let's go into the conclusion. It's a conclusion. The civilization established by Thoth and the Olmecs reached its zenith at Tihanaka. It's saying, and its memory as the mother civilization inspired by the ancient people of Mesoamerica who would build the Inca, the Maya, and the Aztec civilization. In memory of the era of the ancient gods of Mesoamerica may possibly be regarded as prehistory of Mesoamerica, whose memory remains potent enough to convince Aztec King Moctezuma that the Spanish conquistadors Cortez' arrival was the fulfillment of the ancient prophecies foretelling the return of Quetzalcoatl in accordance with the Mayan long calendar. Saying in the final analysis, despite the official dating of ancient Mesoamerican civilization around 600 AD, alternative research suggests that maybe a more complete context and greater understanding of the age of architects of civilization can be made possible by connecting accounts of Anunnaki activity in terms of Sumerian records with the events appearing in the megastructures of the Mesoamerica region. Now listen, these niggas is fucking lying. I just read, when we first started, I read you the book. What did it tell you? It said so many times that the people of the eagle in Egypt came from the people of the eagle in America. What else did it say? It says America was the first shores to hit the ocean. It was the first continent out the motherfucking water. Okay? Out the motherfucking water. What else did I read? We went through this right here. It said, according to many sources, Thoth was one of the more notable Andalusians who, after the main destruction of Atlantis 10,000 years ago, resettled in Egypt to get a greater civilization on its feet. To get that great civilization on its feet, right? We also read this right here. All right, we also read this, right? It's saying Thoth the Andalusian. Thoth the Andalusian is a divine teacher known from ancient Egypt. The history of his life is described in root tablets. It's saying Thoth the Andalusian, which were discovered by M.D. Rell in the pyramids in South America, you lying motherfuckers, okay? The tablet Thoth tells about Atlantis, right? It don't tell you about Egypt, it tells you about Atlantis, right? Okay, it's consisting of two large islands which existed in Atlantic Ocean a long time ago. Also about the highly developed civilization of the Antillians. The most important point about the civilization is that the possession that it possessed a true religious philosophical knowledge, which allowed many people to advance quickly in their developments to divine level and accomplish their personal human evolution. This is all Moorish science right here, man. And I don't give a fuck if you niggas don't like it. You can just unsubscribe from my fucking channel. I don't give a fuck. Because this shit right here is the real deal right here. This is the real motherfucking deal right here. So you niggas still running around here thinking you was just some fucking Indians and we ain't the fucking American guys. And I don't know what the fuck to tell y'all. If you want, unsubscribe. You ain't never gotta mention A1 name again, Atlantis one name. So I'm dealing with some different history than a lot of these Aborigines is dealing with. Okay? Than a lot of these Aborigines dealing with. In the tablets, Thoth tells about, said the most, we went with that. In the Emerald tablets, Thoth and the Andalusians explained the reasons for the destruction of Atlantis. Confidential knowledge was imparted, and unworthy people and latter began using it for evil purposes. They adopted bodily sacrifices, and this resulted in numerous incarnations of hellish beings among people. This led to quickly this graduation of incarnated people in Atlantis. When the destruction of Atlantis happened, two islands submerged into the ocean, one after another, according to divine will. Thoth the Antillian moved. So if they found his tablets in the pyramids in America, and they're telling you that he moved from the Americas, meaning he was already fucking here. Okay? It said, thanks to the higher knowledge, the highest spiritual knowledge of the Atlanteans was brought to Egypt and to other countries. Let's go back to this book real quick. Let's go back to this book. Hold on, no, it was right. It was the next book over. Come on, man. Every fucking time I come to this fucking book, it does the same shit. The fuck? All right, there you go. Let me see something. No, it's right here. All right, boom, right here. Look, listen to this. Listen to how we put this shit together, y'all. All right. Hold up. It's gonna open back. Oh, no, that's the biggest. All right. It said America, known to the mystics as Atlantis. It said, when this ruin befell, was the great seat of the greatest. The greatest. This is a Rosicrucian Mason talking, telling you this shit. He know all the fucking secrets. He know all the motherfucking secrets, and he is telling you. America, known to mystics as Atlantis. Where was Thoth from? Atlantis, right? Okay. It's saying when this ruin befell was the greatest. Listen to this, you stupid fucking Indians. Listen. The greatest empire that ever existed. Come on, AP, please, man. God damn, bro. It was saying was the seat of the greatest empire that ever existed, and the irresistible armies were terrorizing Europe and Asia. Now look, what did we just read right here? Hold up. Where the fuck we read it at? What was we at? Oh, nah, hold up. Was I right here? Yeah, I was right here. All right, it's saying, thanks to this, the highest spiritual knowledge of Atlantis was brought to Egypt and other fucking countries. The Moors was from America. Unsubscribe. I don't give a fuck. I know what I'm dealing with here. The Moors from America, bro. That's it. That's it. Because what else can we connect to this, right? Look, y'all ain't gonna like this at all. You ain't gonna like this at all right here. You ain't gonna like this at all right here. Now, this is a random article that I just was doing some research that I found, right? Now, look. What do this say, right? Let me see something real quick. Just give me a second, y'all. All right, boom, here we go. Hold up. No, that's me right here. All right, look. Check this out. This ain't no black man who made this video. This ain't no Moor that made this video. This ain't no Pan-African that made this video, right? This is a video I was just checking out, right? Check this out. All right, so look, boom. Oh, come on, bro. AP, man, you gotta stay in, bro. Every time you hit me up, that shit take me all up, bro. AP.
I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Can you hear me clear?
Yeah, I can hear you. Damn, where the fuck was I? All right, I was right here. All right, so boom. So this is where I was at right here, right? Now this is a video I just found. I was looking up the rise and fall of my Andalusian empire. Now I don't know who this guy is that's saying this. It's saying my Andalusian empire. But if you see, right, it say the Sultanate of Andalusia. Now, of course, they're gonna make it around 1534, which that's bullshit because they wouldn't have been here in 1534 because that's when Cortez and all of them came here with the Christian empire. The Andalusian empire was Moors and Hebrews and Jews, right? So look. Right here, say the Sultanate of Andalusia, right? You see it showing the Americas. Right here, it says New Andalusia, right? Now, this would be made up of the northeast, southeast coast, right? Then you see Andalusia right here, right? You see Andalusia right here. Now, remember, they're telling you that the Anunnaki started in the Americas, which they told you that Thoth was an Anunnaki too, right? They said he went from here and went over here to this area right here, right? So that would be the reason why you would see the erections of the pyramids in Egypt. That's the reason why I think they went to Sumer first, then went to Egypt. Okay, I think they went through all this, all of Europe and everything, and they built whatever they built there. Then I believe they went to Samaria. Okay, if they, like I said, if they didn't go to Egypt first. If they tell them, I believe Mesopotamia, which was in Americas, was first. Mesopotamia was in America. We left from over here. We went over here. I'm showing you too much evidence of it. Showing you too much fucking evidence. You thought Indians didn't travel. I'm showing you too much evidence of it, right? So look, it's saying Sultanate of Andalusia, right? So guess what? Guess what I should not be finding, right? Check this out. Check this out. Look, the Andalusian Empire, right? It's saying the Moorish territories in the Iberian Peninsula survived until the age of discovery. So when the age of discovery started, it survived until the age of discovery was in 1491. Look, it's saying where they became a front runner, right? It's saying although the empire has fallen in the last 100 years, our Andalusia is today an important republican within the European economic community. All right, that's what they're saying, but they're telling you the Moorish territory. Now check this out. Now let's go with this, okay? Now I'm like this. This is how my brain think, okay? I should not find evidence that support my claims from people who not. Now, if this was a black man who put this together or a Moorish American who put this together, then I can say, all right, well, yeah, Yeah, this is some funny business, all right? But it's not the Sultanate of Tenochtitlan, right? Now, you niggas can sit here and talk about what we not all fucking day long, but somebody else believed that the Andalusian Empire was over here. All it's saying, also known as the Al Wasat. It's saying in many historical documents was a Muslim kingdom and a colony state of the Andalusian Empire based where? Modern day Mexico City is based. It also covered the area of Lake Texaco, which I believe that's the same lake that we just was reading about. I don't know if that's a different lake, but it's all in that same region somewhere. All right. It's saying in the valley of Mexico near the Isthmus between Central and South America. The Sultanate was founded by the It's saying, now look, this is what they're saying, by the Andalusia conquistador. Now that's bullshit. Okay? Because listen what it says. As well as Spanish, Mexicans, and native Mesoamerican converts to Islam and fought against the Spanish conquistadors and against their own Catholic counterparts for the control of Mexico City and Tenochtitlan. Okay? It's in a particular Senate was the only Muslim kingdom in Latin America. Now they're trying to tell us like this shit was just done now, which that shit been there. Okay? It been there. So where was we at? I believe we was right here. I believe in conclusion. All right, so let me continue this. All right, boom. All right, hold up. Let me make sure we right. All right, it's
I
saying the
mean,
front,
they can't get around it.
bro. I'm telling you, like, damn, like I said, man, you might as well just unsubscribe now. And please don't leave no. Now, I'm gonna erase any of your comments you put in my channel. Any of you niggas. The documentary The Anunnaki Gods of Mesoamerica is an account of ancient Mesoamerican civilization that takes into account of mainstream archaeologists as well as the implication of the finding alternative research on the subject. Whether Mesoamerican civilization was built by humans as suggested by Hancock or the Anunnaki of Mesopotamia as suggested by ancient astronaut theory, there is a reasonable possibility that it is much older than mainstream archaeology suggests. If you would like to explore such a side, so it's giving you some other links right here, right? So like I said, man, and there's other links right here which I'm gonna get into. I want to see this, the Anunnaki wars. I'm gonna read that. The Anunnaki is also in the Bible, right? Now look, real quick, because this brother put me on something too. What you put me on, AP? Hold up. All right, boom. Here we go. I'm gonna read one more article and then we're gonna look in the chat room and see what you guys talking about. All right, so boom. That's why when you see the Sumerians, they got fucking wings on, man. Gabriel, Michael L, Israel, or whatever. All of that is Sumerian, man. That's the motherfucking Anunnaki. Hold up, come on, y'all. Let me see real quick. All right, so look, real quick while this shit loading up. Because it's still loading. Let me just show y'all something. Now, I know y'all niggas bugging. I done did my genealogy and already and put these people on notice. So I got time to do this. All right. So here we go right here, right? So you see the Anunnaki, they got bags in their hands, right? So they got bags in their hands. See this? And they got wings too, as well. All right.
The one from the left is from the America. The one that you see on the left is from the Levanta site, which is the oldest Olmec site. And you see a man located inside of a plumed serpent. And if you zero in, he got a bag in his hand. You see what I'm saying? Like you see with the man in Mesopotamia.
You
And
got certain,
you see them same bags and go Becky Tepe as well.
and that's what they going when we get an article. That's exactly what it said. Go Becky Techie, right? So niggas is already walking around with sachets and shit, man. Like you see niggas walking around, they got a purse in his hand, and he was a guard, right? He's a damn guard. He got a motherfucking purse in his hand, right? Let me say this image. I'm gonna need this for something. Um, but remember, even when they talk about the serpent, all that shit happened in Americas, man. Even the book, what's the first book of the Bible? Fucking Genesis. All that shit happened here, man. It all happened here, yo. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to bring the bad news to you that you're not just Indians, that we are the Anunnaki or whatever. And like I just showed you, Thoth who built it. Because if you say you built the pyramids, then you were. I'm saying we built the pyramids. So whoever built the pyramids will be related to Thoth and Tahuti. And if they was Anunnaki, then you will consider yourself to be one. If your mind travels that far to even think about all that, right? So let me see something. Let's go back. I want to go whenever this shit load up. Let me see something.
I don't know. I think for some reason the big brother got kicked out. So, but like he was saying though, when you look at the images of like he said in Levanta or in Mesopotamia, you see the same depiction, which is more commonly referred to as the bag. And you see it in Gobekli Tepe, you see it in China, and you see it in Egypt. You see what I'm saying? So what you're dealing with is one particular group of people who had advanced sophistication of science, took this science around the world. You know what I'm saying? And that's not what they are teaching you in mainstream curriculum. So, we got to start doing our research and start looking at what we're dealing with. We be dealing with a lot of information. You ain't never heard nobody tell you that Africans ain't even Africans. They really just Americans. Like you ain't getting that information from nowhere. You see what I'm saying? With multiple sources and references to back up what you're saying. So, we just really got to start taking that into consideration. So I'm gonna go through the chat, man, and see what's up with everybody, man. So Yeah, the ancient bags, man. Yeah, that's one of the bills that what he pretty much talking about. And these bags would have been everything that a group of people would have need to sustain or to restart civilization elsewhere. So that bag would have been very significant, and that's why you see it depicted every time you see a rise of civilization. You see what I'm saying? And we're gonna get into a lot more. Like he just told you that Thoth came from Atlantis. And they just pretty much told you that Atlantis is America. Now, when you get into the stories of some of the Egyptians, like Solon, and then Solon having this relationship between Plato and him telling Plato about this great civilization that came and brought civilization to what is now we call Egypt, saying that these people came from America. Not only that they came from America, but they came from America at the same time period that Dolph said it, that mainstream geologists also say today. Plato said that the place that where the Atlanteans came from was destroyed 9,000 years before him. Now, mind you, he said that at 3000 BC. So what you would do is add 3,000 onto 9,000, and that's your number of date that he's giving you. And mainstream geologists tell you 12,000 years ago, something happened here which forced people to leave, which which wiped out and forced this advanced civilization to leave and restart elsewhere. And one of the first places that they picked would have been the Eastern Hemisphere. You see this in Gobekli Tepe. You see the same shit in Egypt. You see the same shit in Mesopotamia. So it shows you a group of people that was wandering, moving, trying to find a comfortable spot, but still bringing civilization to where places to where civilization was not at. You see what I'm saying? So we got to be able to understand what we're dealing with. You know what I mean? Like we saying that when you look up the origin of words and in its colloquial sense what they mean, then yeah, we are these people. We are who they say these people are. The same foundations of which Mesopotamia, Egypt, and the rest of these great civilizations was founded on is really originates from the Americas, and that's a tough thing to really get to. You know what I mean? That's another hard thing to let people know. You know, to let you in because that's hard to do. It's hard to prove that that a group of people with all these various different attributes left and went to another place. And you can look at that within the diversity of animals within Africa and Asia, and you can look at the diversity of people within Asia, right? So our Aborigine people was very diverse, and when you have a lot of diverse people, right, leaving one continent at the same time, heading into another particular landmass at the same time, you get something that's called the population bottleneck. It's where all these people rush in, and during a period of time, you got mixing and amalgamating, and you create new ethnicities as time goes on, and that causes the genetic bottleneck. And what is the offspring of a genetic bottleneck? High diversity, high diversity. So I mean, that's just simple as that. You can't get around it. You see what I'm saying? You really can't. There's no way you can get around it. You see what I'm saying? So we gotta be able to utilize what tools we got as Aborigines. Like the brother A1 just said, nigga, Atlantis is America. You are the Atlanteans. You are the great civilization that the world needed. If we would have never traveled or something catastrophic would have never happened here, most of these places would still be in dark, meaning without civilization. And these bags that you see, the Mesopotamians, the people in Gobekli Tepe, and the people of the Levant area of Mexico have is the tools that you will need to sustain civilization.
Thank you, my brother. I'm glad you was able to hold. I got booted out myself this time. Chief Montezuma, bro. The Moors did not come in and conquer us. The Christians came in and conquered us, bro. And I wish y'all would update y'all information, bro, on more science, man. Real talk. Cause I'm tired of a lot of you Indians saying the same shit, and y'all it's showing that y'all not studying. You actually not studying. You keep mumbling, y'all mumbling words that you hear other people saying. And if the Moors came here and conquered you, why they calling Indians here Moors too? That's why I can't that's why I don't even really try to put no energy into making none of these videos, because I already know what it is. I'm preaching to the choir at this point in time. When I got people coming on my site keep telling me, saying, I just read all that shit to you. Just told you Tahuti Thoth was from the Americas. The Anunnaki the Anunnaki are the Moors, man. They are. And I don't know why it's so hard to understand it. But I mean, you reading it, you learn it in the wrong context. Because obviously, like I said, they get said the Sumerians was great navigators, right? They get said that Tahuti and Thoth was he studied astronomy, cosmology, geometry. So these people was dealing with a high science. So even we don't have to call them that. We can just call them the Anunnaki, or the people who created civilization here was the Anunnaki, which is us, because we created the Europeans. That's why the Europeans will overthrow everybody who looked different than them.
Anunnaki was
The
another
feds ain't
word
got
for
nothing to
them.
do. The feds ain't got nothing to do with them more. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? What the fuck is wrong with the feds? Ain't got nothing to do with them. Understand this, man. If the listen, let me show y'all something, man. Cause I don't know. I
He
don't know
just
what.
explained to you that the people that you see in these particular regions, such as Egypt, Morocco, Israel, Mesopotamia, and most of the western shores of Africa, is nothing more than Americans that left out of America, man.
That's it. That's it. And if you don't understand that shit at this point in time, then I don't know. Go back and you keep studying these Indians that's telling, oh, we was in this area, we was in this, oh, we from here. Man, I'm done with that shit. I'm definitely done with that at this point in time. You understand what I'm saying? Look, let me show y'all something real quick, right? Look, you keep talking about a Fed. Y'all niggas don't know shit, man. I'm just telling y'all. I'm just telling y'all, and I'm about to start fucking with root word, man, because I'm this, like I said, man, this is some, like, I don't know what the fuck to keep on telling people, or what your research leads you to. I know what my research led me to, and that's why we doing this video about American gods, right? So look, all right, you see the Moorish Fez, right? This is the Moorish Fez right here, right? You see, there's nothing stuck to the damn tassel. There's no name on the front of it, right? But what do we see here? We see these. These are Shriners and Masonic fucking fezzes. Why would they take the same hat that the fucking Moors is wearing? Do you see this? Let me show y'all something, man. Do you see this? This is a Masonic fez. So why the Moors don't have all these symbols over their fezzes? Why? Why don't I have? Because this is the knowledge that these Europeans took from us, man. I don't give a fuck. You can like it, you can leave it, you can unsubscribe, leave the channel right now. Adios, peace, love y'all. I'm glad you've been a subscriber, but the truth is the fucking truth, man. Keep talking about we ain't wear no Noble Drew Ali. He wear a turban with a feather in it. The same thing you see the emblem of America with. Same motherfucking thing. And if you don't, let's go ahead. Let's go here real quick. Let's look at the emblem of America real quick. I could do this shit all day long, man. All fucking day long, bro. All day long. Let me find an emblem of America real quick. Hold up. That's just one image showing you that these people got garbs and shit on. Hold up. Let me show y'all something. I'm gonna pull up Montezuma too, cause Montezuma got a head wrap on too. I don't know why niggas keep coming here preaching to the fucking choir, man. They keep coming to my channel and shit. I'm the one making the video. Niggas coming here trying to teach me something.
And they information so old and outdated, it don't make no sense, man. Like it's outdated, it's old.
Bro, they calling Indians Moors. I keep showing you that, man, in all of these different pictures, man. And motherfuckers is still challenging it. Like you got, like I said, your understanding of the Moors is wrong. It's not that they was calling us Moors here. Your understanding of the Moors is wrong. That's what your understanding is. Your understanding of the Moors is wrong, my dude. I'm just telling you. I don't need no friends in this shit. Because I already did everything I need to do as far as establish who I am. So I don't need no friends in this shit. Born alone, die alone. So at the end of the day, I put this information out there for people who can resonate to it. Some people is just not there. Some people is just stuck on that Indian shit, and they always gonna be stuck on that. Nigga, I'm the motherfucker. I'm descendants of the motherfucking Anunnaki, nigga. I'm descendants of Thoth and Tahuti. Fuck that Indian shit. Fuck that Indian shit. Okay, I'm descendants of these people. That's who my descendants are. Okay? Now, this might not look entirely like what Drew Ali was wearing on his head, but it's something similar. It's something similar. And you see this shit all through the Americas, right? The same little symbol, right? Check this out. Now, these are the feathers of the fucking Shriners, man. Okay, these are Shriner feathers. You see these? Do you see what they look like? So why the Moors don't have the same feathers on like the Shriners since y'all believe? Look who this is. Look who this is with a fucking fez on his head. Look. Oh, by the way, that's what's the name? The fuck is his name? Wayne. I can't think of his name right now. What do you see? Look. These are all Shriner fezzes, man. These are all Shriner fez. This is a Moorish fez right here, or what they call a tar bush, right? Just this one right here. I'm not telling you the rest of them. Now look, this is a Moorish fez. Okay, it's two different fucking hats, man. One is red, one is a Shriner. Look, they go a Shriner fez. You see this? The tassel is taped to the side. The 360 strands around the tassel is tied. Okay, because of their 33 degrees, which they frozen. Okay, and this symbol right here is basically telling you that if you tell a secret, it's off with your motherfucking head. And that's what you see all through all of these motherfuckers, right? Don't you see all of them got that damn sword over the top of their head? Look, this one said Egypt, okay? Okay? Oh, look. They go Shriner fezzes for you guys. Why is the Moorish fez different from a Shriner fez? Well, what's your explanation of that? And look. They go Drew Ali, right? Now let's look at the image of this. Because your niggas hate to hear about the Moors, boy. And misinformed people, man. All right. And you see Drew Ali in the middle right here, right? See all the people got hairdressers on and everything, right? You think Drew Ali ain't know he was an Indian? I told you the other day what was What was Marcus Garvey organization name? The the improvement for the Negro something, whatever, right? He couldn't have been friends with Garvey like that because he was telling you wasn't a Negro. He made that adamantly. That's if that's the only thing that I got out of more science was the fact that we wasn't Negro, black, and colored, and I'm able to go back and look and see how they classified you as colored and took away any of your fucking your nobility or who you were. If you were, let's say, okay, you were the Anunnaki. You the Thoth left from the. If you are the Atlanteans, then you are the motherfucking Anunnaki. So okay, we're not Moors, we're not Indians, we're not nothing. Fuck it. I'm gonna say I'm the Anunnaki. Fuck it. That's who I am. I'm the Anunnaki. I'm descendants of them. Shit. That's it. Let me see something else. I had something else up here. All right, now hold up. I was trying to get to this one right here, the handbag. Well, this is the actual handbag. Let me see something. Let me see something. Because I had something else pulled up here. Hold up. All right, so that's still talking about this. Still Zachariah stitching. Hold up. Let me see something real quick. Let me. Let's give it a second to load up real quick. All right, so where was I at? I think it was this one. All right, boom. This is it right here. Let me shut some of these out because these shits be bugging. Matter of fact, you know what? Hold on. Let me see something real quick. Oh, nah. Hold up. Let me go back here. All right, give me 1 second. Let me. What the fuck is this? Hold up. Let me see something. All right, here it go right here. All right, so it say mysterious handbags. Let me hold up. It say the mystery handbags of the gods depicted in Sumer America, right? And Goke Tope. This is exactly what AP just said. All right. So give me a second. Let this shit move down. What's something about this website where this shit takes forever to load up? All right, here we go. All right. Now the handbag we looking at is this one right here. This is the image that they found in Americas, and this is the one they found in Mesopotamia. All right. So let's go back here. All right, so it say, how is it possible that 1,000-year-old depiction of the Anunnaki show gods carrying a mysterious bag halfway around the world? We find the same thing depicted in ancient Mesoamerican civilization, depicted by the ancient Sumerian representation of the Anunnaki. The mysterious handbags of the gods is seen in several cultures in America. God, how you pronounce that, AP? AP, you still with me? Canope, I think Canope Tepe. All right, coincidence. Compelling evidence found in the last couple of decades has proven mankind is species with an amnesia. The countless discoveries made across the globe has faced us to questions everything about the origins of mankind, ancient cultures, and history in general. Right? It's a slowly. Hold up, let me get it. It says slowly and piece by piece, we have been exploring, gathering small pieces of massive puzzles that have driven us in the right direction when searching for answers. Mainstream scholars have not been fully able to fully answer, right? It's saying, how can you explain the countless similarities among civilization inhabited Earth thousands of years ago, which were separated by 10,000s of kilometers? It's saying, why did nearly all ancient cultures of Earth decide to build pyramids? It's saying, and why are there so many pyramids similar, right? It's saying if as a nearly all if as if no, I'm saying it's as if nearly all ancient civilizations follow the same blueprint. If as if somehow ancient cultures were interconnected 1,000 years ago. One of the most interesting is a mind-boggling enigma can be traced back to ancient Mesopotamia, commonly referred to the great cradle of civilization, where the mysterious motif is saying has driven and many authors to question history as we have been taught taught. I'm sorry. The ancients picked the ancient Anunnaki with curious items. Two of the most interesting objects seen in ancient Sumerian deities were in the hand were the hand watch seen seen on nearly all depictions. They said they had a hand watch on, right? The mysterious bag carried by gods. Let me close this. All right. Curiously, if we travel thousands of kilometers around the globe from Mesopotamia to America, we will find that the ancient Mayas, Aztecs, and other civilizations utilize the same motif when depicting their deities. Furthermore, if traveling to Egypt, we'll see that the Ankh symbol was also carried around by the gods, just as the mysterious handbag in ancient Mesopotamia, America. Now, you find the Ankh in America as well. Right? Fuck is this? All right. They got a picture, the same depiction we found. It's saying, why is ancient civilization in America, Egypt, and ancient Mesopotamia depicted as their deities carrying a mysterious object in their hand? It is possible that all ancient cultures of America, Egypt, and Mesopotamia were visited by the same gods. Interestingly, the ancient Anunnaki were nearly always represented by humanoid forms, even though numerous traits indicate clearly differences between the Anunnaki and ordinary human. The facial features of the Anunnaki gods were always well hidden thanks to the large beard. Who wear beards today? Sunnis. They got the Sunni style beard on, right? It said just as ancient Sumerians depict their deities in the humanoid form, the ancient Egyptians and other characters in ancient in the Americas did the same. It's an obvious question. Here is why. Where did ancient cultures separate thousands of kilometers from each other, depict their deities in nearly identically way? Furthermore, how is it even possible that ancient Sumerians depicted their gods carrying a mysterious bag and that people halfway across the world would do the same? The archaeology site of La Venta, we will find a stone still depicting the ancient Mesoamerican god Quetzalcoatl, who is curiously holding in his hand the same bag we see in ancient Sumerian depictions, right? But this isn't the only site in Mexico where the curious representation was found. If we travel to Tula, an important region center which reached its height as the capital of Toltec Empire between the fall of I'm sorry, Teotihuacan and the rise of Tenochtitlan, right? Let me see something. Fuck is this shit keep popping up here? Let me stop seeing these ads. All right. All right. We will find their massive Atlantean statues, and we observe closely. We will notice that once again, a mysterious handbag is present. Right. That's in this book right here. They showing that they had handbags. Right. So they're saying if we travel to Tepe, located at the remote hilltop in southern Turkey, we'll find the same thing. Göbekli Tepe is one of the oldest, if not the oldest, ancient megalithic temples on this planet. There is an intricate, massive stone pillar arranged into a set of rings and standing tall and proud, telling a millennium-old story when different civilizations ruled over the planet. The massive stones were believed to have been carved in Neolithic hunter-gathering, saying some 12,000 years. And I ain't telling you hunter-gatherer 12,000 years. That's bullshit. All right. Even though recent evidence point towards the fact that the mysterious temple, which consists of 3 huge stones circled and deliberately buried for an unknown reason in the distant past, after 13 years of digging, archaeologists investigating. I'm sorry. Hold up. Let me get that right. I'm sorry. Hold up. Where the fuck I was at? I missed it. No, hold up. Let me see. Oh, all right, here we go. So archaeologists investigating the ancient site have failed to recover a single stone cutting tool. Not one has been able to understand how ancient mankind, which was believed to be incapable of such feats, erected some of the greatest stoneworks on the planet. See that? And they got that bag. Look, it's saying, does the presence of the mysterious bag carried by the gods indicate 2 cultures connected in a mysterious way? Why did the ancient cultures depict the gods carrying a mysterious handbag? Why? Because we just read, he just said in this article right here that Thoth was a Anunnaki, right? Now we just read here that Thoth was originally from America, right? Or from Atlantis, right? It's saying in the tablets, Thoth tells about Atlantis, right? But then when we go back here, it also tells you that according to many sources, Thoth was one of the notable Atlanteans. So the Atlanteans wasn't Anunnaki, okay? The Atlanteans wasn't Anunnaki. And like I said, you got Graham Hancock and Zachariah Stitchin agreeing with this, right? Because what do he call Tahuti? Let me see something. Hold on, let me go back up. What do we call? They said the Sumerian records note that the following Marduk defeat at Babel, he took over the realm of Egypt and displaced the Anunnaki Thoth. So he's saying Thoth was an Anunnaki, okay? Okay? They say, now look, they're telling you that Thoth migrated to Mesoamerica, but this one is telling you, and if you don't understand that Atlantis is America, you have to understand that first. If you ain't gonna never get past it if you don't understand. Right here, it says America, Atlantis, the curtain which has hairdo concealed the prehistoric connection between the people of Egypt and America is lifted. It will be seen that the people of the eagle on the Nile, being descendants from the original people of the eagle on this continent, twain are one, and that prehistoric America was the original Egypt. okay, was the original Egypt or Eagle Land prior to the mighty dispensation in the days of the Peleg. It's saying when the earth was divided and the great globe itself was nearly rent asunder. It's saying, says Agasasi, firstborn among the continents. America has been falsely denominated the New World. What? What are you talking about, A1? Why would this man say it has been falsely denominated the New World? And her was the first dry land lifted out of the waters. Hers were the first shores washed by the oceans and developed all the earth besides, okay? And it tells you right here, and it tells you right here, America being known to the mystics as Atlantis, when the ruin befell was the seat of the greatest empire that have ever existed, and its irresistible armies were terrorizing all of Europe and Asia. The fuck you mean Indians from North America was terrorizing Europe and Asia? You understand? What do you mean by that? We ain't supposed to be connecting Thoth to Hootie the motherfucking the Anunnaki. Period. So if Thoth was the Anunnaki, and if Thoth left from the Americas, it's saying after the destruction of Atlantis 10,000 years ago and resettled in Egypt to get that great civilization on its feet, right? Why do we find the same thing in here? The last golden book of the Mayas, right? Africa was largely depopulated after the polar shift about 10,000 years ago, right? About 10,000 years ago, 7 to 8,000 years ago, Negroes from Central America migrated in the area around Nigeria. Period. That's that. All that shit matches up. Even if they're trying to throw you off by telling you different shit, they all talking about Tahuti or Thoth. They all talking about that. And if Thoth, if we got Zachariah Stitchin, because Zachariah Stitchin was the main one who did most of the research about the Anunnaki, about Enki and Enlil or whatever. And he's telling you that the Anunnaki Thoth, okay? Thoth migrated to Mesoamerica regions who said they even listen, but understand this. Let's understand this too, right? Even if you want to say we came from Africa, which we already know that I don't rock with at all, Zachariah Stitchin is telling you that the pyramids in North America was built by black people. But they're just trying to make it seem like that this civilization is younger than that civilization over there. But what does it tell you right here in last golden? I mean, in ancient Masonic Oriental Masonry, it says it tells you that ancient Egypt and America. I mean, well, no, it's saying it's telling you that Egypt is America. It's saying that the original eagle land was the America. That's why the symbol of America is that motherfucking eagle. Okay. And it tells you firstborn among continents. Firstborn among continents. Let's highlight it just in case if you can't see it. Can you see this? Let's open up a little bit. If it's gonna allow me to. No, it's not gonna allow me to. It say firstborn among continents. Firstborn among continents. Firstborn among continents. America has been falsely denominated the New World. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. I'm about to shut this shit down. I'm done, man. I don't need to go no further, man. I'm done. Let me just touch some more on this, and I'm out of here. So we proved that you got historians telling you that the Anunnaki was in the Americas. I don't know why the fuck they keep on showing these ads after I keep telling them I don't want to see them. And it's saying, what if the ancient Anunnaki depicted by ancient Sumerian and the guys who visit ancient Maya, Aztec, Toltec, and the Olmec civilization are in fact the same? We know they're the same because it gets told you Tahuti left from here and went over there. And saying, what do you think the mysterious bag is meant to represent? Do you think that this is just a coincidence that three sites are, and there are more, features all the same thing? We could have been carried by the gods that was so important that nearly all ancient cultures had to illustrate it. All right. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. That's it. But he's telling you right there, man. Same fucking thing. And the reason you see these motherfuckers right here, hold up. No, it's right here. You see, they got wings on, man. What do they tell you? They tell you that the Sumerian god was Elohim, right? That's where the word El come from. The word El come from the word Elohim, right? So it would make sense to why the Anunnaki will be the angels, or like you say, Gabriel, Michael El, Samuel, Ishmael, etc. Okay, and it's also telling you too, when even in the book, it's telling you that the 10 tribes was in America, that the 10 tribes was here. So it would make sense why they show you these depictions of the Sumerians with these motherfucking wings on, man. And that mysterious bag, which I think, like, I mean, AP got his own thoughts on what he think the bag is. But I think that bag is some type of power source. Because we even see it right here. Look, same thing. It's some type of power source. Some type of power source. Same type shit. Okay, these is niggas right here, man. They can sit here and try to make it seem like these are mysterious cultures. These is niggas. And look, like I said, they found all that shit in Bolivia, right? Or near Bolivia, right? And what does Carlos Trevis Marquez says that we can line it up and know it's Negro. Negro. It said the Negro is seen in the most ancient Mexican sculptures. The Negro figure frequently in most remote traditions of some American populace. To this race doubtlessly belong to the most ancient skeleton distinctive from the red American race, which has been found in various places from Bolivia to Mexico. So if the Sumerians was in Mexico or in that region and they are the Anunnaki, then the Negro is an Anunnaki. That's it. That's it. That's it. And we wasn't created. They converted us into who we are. That's the reason they have to go through all these fucking tricks and shit to make you think you lesser than everybody else. Because they know who the fuck we are. They know who we are. They know exactly who we are. And they damn sure don't want your ass to find out this type shit right here. Look at that bag again, right? Look. And if I'm not gonna go into the hairdressers or whatever. I'm really not. But it's just so funny. Let me see something. See this one of the motherfuckers holding a lion and shit. I'm looking for that one, the one that holding a lion. But the gig is up, man. The gig is up, man. Even on that Indian shit, the gig is up, bro. You know what I'm saying? We the Anunnaki, bro. I mean, regardless of what you may believe or whatever, you know what I'm saying? All the evidence is there, man. You just need to accept the evidence and continue the research that I'm doing. That's all the evidence is there, man. All the evidence is there. All the evidence. Now, what you guys are talking about, man? Because I already know the heat is coming. Let me see something real quick. All right. I don't know what you guys. You guys got any questions, man, in the chat room? Let me see something. Any questions or anything? Let me go back here. You guys got any questions starting from now? Like anything y'all want to ask me as far as this history or whatever? What you say, American? You talking to me or you talking to somebody else? I'm the one running my mouth. They're saying holla at me. Okay, no problem. Attention is one. It takes a bold say to do what you do no matter what. Or that's right, my brother. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate you, man. Love you, my brother. Peace to my brother Ghost. Jag, what's up? Takara, what's up, my brother? All young future, what's up? Oh, let me let AP back in. Um, hey, American Empress, Copper Empress, peace.
Hey, American Empress, Copper Empress, peace.
You,
Yeah, the bill was fired though, man. As a matter of fact, they depict a lot of these Mesopotamian people to be giants and shit. You know what I mean? So you see them holding the line like a kitty cat and shit.
bro, and that all lines up with what we find over here. It all, and they said Tahuti was supposed to be a magi, and a lot of people tell you that they created these pyramids through magic, through what they call that shit,
What they call that shit?
telekinesis or whatever, using mental waves to lift the bridge.
Yeah,
That's
you're
the
right.
story
They
I heard.
do it through.
Did you hear this? Didn't you hear that before somewhere? You heard that before, right, AP?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I heard that before.
Hold up. You said I got any research on the Mongoloid Indians, man? We've been going in on the Mongoloids for fucking years, man.
Yeah, the Mongoloids ain't our people.
That's
But
right.
see, the Mesopotamians called the people that was holding them bags the magicians of the gods.
The
You see what I'm
Magi's.
saying? That's what. Yeah,
The Magi's. And that's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm telling you. Like, I'm at the end of the day, if it's telling you, it's telling us that we left from here. So every time I read the Emerald Tablets, I read something. It's saying I did. Hold up. Let me see something. Let me see. Let me see something. I read something I didn't pick up before. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's like that, my dude. It's definitely like that. He's saying, what book was I reading from? American Mist. I mean, you know what? Let me see if I can give y'all this book. I'm gonna give it to y'all. Let me see if I can give it to y'all. Matter of fact, you know what? I ain't gonna be able to get it. It's gonna go right to my what's the name? Um, I don't
I
know.
give it. I drop it in the chat. I drop it in there. It's the Oriental Masonry Bible. I drop it in there.
Yeah, and then like I said, when you research
So
this,
at the end of the video, family, go to his comments and I'll leave it in there. Hopefully he'll pin it and everybody can get the book.
hold up. What you saying? Hold up. What you saying? It's saying young Moors, Mayas, Magi's. Or Myers. Yeah, I mean, bro, like I really don't be wanting to really piss a lot of you guys off because the word Amer. I don't give a fuck what you say. Like that, like this shit is like starting to really Amer. Mer only means water. Amer. Come on, man. Like I don't like. I mean, it's like I said at the end of the day, man. It's just too much shit that I'm researching that I'm finding. That I'm finding. And like I said, I don't have to even connect that they calling these people the Moors. I don't even have to deal with that. We didn't know that Thoth was an Anunnaki. So if Thoth left from Atlantis and Atlanteans was an Anunnaki, what the fuck is what are we are? If we claiming we aborigines, what the word ab means? Let's go to the dictionary real quick before I get out of here. Let's go to etymology. Let's go here real quick. Since we on this, you can get a word Indian, right? Even when it's saying, well, they tell you pertain to the word India, it's saying the native AI appeared 1553. That's bullshit though. But let's go look up the word Aborigine real quick. Aboriginal. Let's go that one. Oh shit. There it go. All right. Oh shit, I forgot to put the G in. My bad, y'all. Oh shit, my bad. I forgot to put the damn I in too. All right, there you go. All right. So
And this is a
Aboriginal.
heavyweight jam, man. You can't find this information nowhere, y'all.
Hmm. Look, what does the word Aborigine means? From the earliest existence, from the beginning. From the beginning. So if we was here from the beginning and Thoth left from Atlantis and Atlantis was in America, then we will have some ancestry with the Anunnaki as well. Now listen, I'm throwing a lot of shit at the wall to see if it stick. But can we find anything that says Thoth was a fucking Anunnaki? Yes, we found it right here. It says displaced Anunnaki Thoth. They're trying to make it like he was displaced from the Americas, and displaced from Egypt and sent to the Americas. But when we finding stuff like this through a regular Google search, according to many sources, Thoth was one of the more notable Antillians. So if the Antillians are the Atlanteans and the Atlanteans are the Anunnaki, and the Anunnaki was Thoth, and we went over there like I just told you, then it all explains every motherfucking thing. It explains everything, right? So if you consider yourself to be from the earliest existing, from the earliest existing from the beginning, the noun meaning an original inhabitants, and a tanchan, okay? And a tanchan. Tanchanese. Let's go to the word of tanchan. Yeah, go back to the basics again, huh? One sprung from the soil he inhabits. Go down right here. Aboriginal, native, it's a primitive inhabitants. Sprung from the land itself. So it's saying we sprung from the land itself. Okay? Sprung from the land itself. That's it. So if Tahuti was originally from here, if Tahuti was an Atlantean and he left after Atlantis was destroyed 10,000 years ago and resettled in Egypt, and right here, I don't know if that's Zachariah Stitchin saying it. I think that's Graham Hancock stating that right here. It's calling Thoth for Anunnaki. That's it. It's calling him the Anunnaki. That's it. It's calling him Anunnaki. The Anunnaki Thoth. So that means so if he's calling him an Anunnaki and Thoth was originally from this continent, then that means the Anunnakis was on this continent.
Facts. Drop the damn mic, man. Drop the damn bombs. Where they at? I don't hear no explosions going off. Golly.
And if the Sumerians or the Anunnaki they went over, what the fuck did this say right here, man? Like I said, you look, man, look. What does it say? America, known to the mystics as Atlantis, when this ruin befell, was the greatest empire that ever existed. And its irresistible armies was terrorizing Egypt and Asia, my dude. The fuck is you talking about? First among continents, America has been falsely denominated the New World. Yo, I'm done, man. I'm done. Man, I see you guys in about when Culture Freedom come out, man. Look for Culture
Yeah,
Freedom
that's
be
the
coming out in
heavyweight
April,
jam.
man. I'm done, man. I'm not going no more with this shit, man. I mean,
Yeah,
you
that's
want
the
to say the
heavyweight jam.
Anunnaki sound like an Indian name? Yeah, we could say that. I don't have no problem with that. I don't have no problem with saying that. But that term Indian, like, yeah, we could use it. We know it's laws that protect Indians and it's laws. But fuck that. I'm an Aborigine from the time of existence. The Tanchan, sprung from the motherfucking soil. That's it, man. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. I mean, a TNT, it could sound like one, bro. I'm not going to sit up here. Listen, they playing with us with word games, man. They playing word semantics with us, and we're going back and forth arguing. Hold up, you saying what you saying? Saying you lost me. Nah, you ain't lose me. I'm here. I'm here with y'all. Okay. America, well, who you cursing at? I hope you ain't talking to me, right, America? I know we peoples. Who you got problems with, America?
He probably talking to root words.
Root word, man. Stop coming in here being belligerent, man. We your brothers and sisters, my brother. I don't know why we use the terms like y'all and they when we the same motherfucking people. A word can't separate you from you being sprung from the soil. No matter who, nobody is qualified to tell you that you wasn't sprung from the soil just because you use a term that they might not agree with. So because one person say he this, where he could track his ancestors back to this land, then how can somebody say you're not from this land? Because we playing with word semantics, man. We playing with word semantics, man. That's all we doing. We using the word Indian, and then because mad people made videos telling you about the Moors enslaved. No, the Christians enslaved you. The Byzantine Empire created the term Slavic. And when you say, like I said, you saying Moors because everybody back then was black. So you can say other black people was the ones that came in and conquered us. That's all you saying. Because it couldn't have been the
Facts.
Muslim Moors. It
Facts.
could have been the Muslims or the Hebrew or the Jewish Moors because you will be under their culture right now. You wouldn't be under the culture of Christianity. So when you say, oh, the Moors conquered, you saying other black people who look like us conquered us. That's it. There is no precise destination to being a Moor. The Moor is not designated to being an Arab. The Moor is not designated to being a Muslim. The Moor is not designated to being a Jew, Hebrew, or Christian. It's a phenotype. It's a descriptive motherfucking term. That's it. It's a fucking descriptive term. They was not calling people black back then. So you can't wrap your mind around, you got all these different thoughts about what a Moor is or whatever. But like I said, real quick, leave you with this right here. Leave you with this, brothers and sisters. Whether you like it or you don't like it, um, whether you call yourself that, you know my name. My name is A1. Ahanu L, whatever you want to call me. I don't say that I'm a more out directly or say that according to descriptive term, I would be considered that. In the descriptive term or descriptive sense, I would be that. Let me show y'all something too, right? Look, hold up. Let me show y'all something real quick. Look at the coat of Hawaii, right? Look, it's the coat of arms of Hawaii. Black people on it, right? See black people on it with robes, whatever the fuck they hold in it, some type of red hat. I'm not going to get into it, but this is after the Christians came here and conquered it because you see this Christian symbol right here. But they're showing you that these people got afros and beards and everything, right? But we talk about mainland here in America, right? Why are they calling Indians Moors? Why? Why are they calling Indians Moors? I don't give a fuck if what people, because if the picture's good enough to show you the emblem of America, then the picture will be good enough to show you the Rokende Moor. Okay? And like I said, I've been showing these images for years. For years, for years, for years, for years, for years, for years, for years. So if this is American Indian, so the American Indians that was called Moors came in and conquered you, or did someone just describe them as that because you had the same complexion as the people who was over there? And like I said, if Thoth, listen, understand this, okay? If Thoth left from the Americas and more, what would be the likelihood of him not being of that culture not going over there to Andalusia or Portugal or Egypt or any of that shit over there? What would be the what would be the likelihood that that's not possible? So if you saying that Tahuti was the one that built Egypt, and a lot of people say that the Moors was the people who spoke the Metanet or had that ancient sign, because that would be because they built it. So that would mean that they would have to be Anunnakis too. You see how that works? But I'm out of here, man. I'm done, man. I'm done, man.
Man, this a heavyweight jam, man. Yeah, yeah. It ain't nothing else to talk about, man. It ain't nothing else. You just, I mean, this is irrefutable information. You're gonna have to come with source on source on source that's combating this information, and you ain't got it. You ain't got it.
What you
It got to
saying?
be updated information.
What you saying? Hold up. New channel more. A1, you see me, dog, whatever the fuck you saying, you a liar. Look, hey, my man, I don't know who you is, but kiss my motherfucking ass, you fucking faggot. And matter of fact, you know what? I'm gonna get your ass out of here. You won't be coming back here no more. That's a fact. Don't bring your punk ass back here. Fuck out of here. Come back as one of your troll accounts. I'm a liar. And all my information that I read from fucking other articles. And I'm a liar. I don't make none of this. All I do is put together conclusions. All I put together is motherfucking conclusions, man. Everything I'm reading, we connecting the pieces together. What you say? Hold up. Let me see something. What you say, son? Let me see, son. It said I can tell y'all talking about Thoth, but ain't read the Emerald tablets. It said because the answer is in the book. I mean, listen, bro. We could talk about Thoth and the Emerald tablets or whatever. We don't have to read through the entire Emerald tablets. We could take accounts of people who have read the Emerald tablets and what they're saying. So if you like, instead of coming here saying what the fuck we have in Guru, won't you make some videos and you talk about the Emerald tablets? Because why are you
Right.
coming to my channel telling me what I'm not talking about? Make your own motherfucking YouTube channel and you talk about them. And you talk about them. I don't have to talk about it. I just talked about the greater part of it. I just connected the Emerald tablets to being found in South America. I don't need to talk about nothing else. You make a motherfucking video talking about it. Guru, you make a video talking about it. Point blank. I'm not reading shit. You read it. I don't need to read nothing no further. Niggas funny to the motherfucker, man. You niggas come on here telling me what I should make your own motherfucking channels and you can teach what the fuck you want. Don't come here and tell somebody what they should be talking about if you motherfuckers ain't even got your own channel. You ain't got one video up yet. So if you got all this great information, shouldn't you want to open up your own channel to present this shit? Who you talking about? Don't stress. I'm not, you know what? I'm never stressing. But reading this information piece, Seeker of the Truth or whatever, reading this information, man, this shit already stresses you out. So when people come in here after you trying to really put the shit together or you trying to gain some understanding and people still going back and forth with you or still telling you, listen, do your own research, make your own videos. I love y'all. You could come back and forth and I don't care. You're the one talking about it. Listen, Guru, I am talking about it. And this is what I just talked about, right? Look, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. This is all I wanted to talk about. So you talking about reading the whole motherfucking Emerald tablet. This is all I need to talk about. The history of his life is described in the Emerald tablets of Thoth the Andalusian, right? It's saying which were discovered by Derel in the pyramids of South America. That's it. That's all I need to know. Because they don't never tell you that the pyramids, that the Emerald tablets is founded over here. They don't tell you that. So, like I said, at the end of the day, man, the research is out there. Whatever you want to do, you do. Um, make your own videos if you feel like you got some material that I'm not touching on, because I'm not here to touch on every motherfucking thing. I'm not here to touch on everything. I'm here to touch on. I just put you now. Anybody who didn't know about the Emerald tablets, now you understand, and now you can go do the research. I got that shit in my DNA. I don't even need to read it. I don't even need to read it, because all I needed to know, how do you think I connect all this shit? Because this shit is in my DNA already. Now, you might have some discrepancies about my Moorish knowledge or what I say about the Moor, but I'm still an Aborigine of America. And if you let the semantics or the wordplay confuse us, we ain't never going to get no motherfucking way. And I'm just keeping it 100. I'm keeping it a buck. So in that, this is the conclusion of American Gods. Y'all already got my email. You need to reach me if you like to donate. The PayPal Cash App is in the chat room. If you like to cop yourself an Aborigine t-shirt or Aboriginal sweatshirt or long sleeve t-shirt, etc., go to my t-shirt Spring app and cop it. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, Culture Freedom should be here soon. At the end of the day, this research is very confusing if you can't put together the pieces. But you can't put together the pieces because they got dates. They telling you that the Sumerians came in 2,700 years ago. What? What do you mean 2,700 years ago? 2,700 years ago, the pyramids in Peru was up. So we are being deceived by a lot of people who taking a lot of these different cultures and not saying that they all was our culture here. They're lying to us about the Phoenicians, about the Bible. They're lying to us about the Bible being found in Americas, etc. Yo, the whole shit they're telling you about the Americas is a motherfucking lie. Everything they tell. Well, listen. If it's not a lie, right? And I'm gonna leave you with this. All right. I'm gonna leave you with this once again. America, known to mystics as Atlantis, when the ruin befell, was the seat of the greatest empire. What do you mean America had the greatest empire? And what do you mean we terrorized Egypt and Europe and Asia? What the fuck do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? So, like I said, man, at the end of the day, keep doing your research. Love all you Aborigines, even the ones who I got discrepancies with. At the end of the day, we gotta really like I said, at the end of the day, it is what it is, man. Evidence. That was for me, Aboriginal cop. Man, no evidence. LOL. No evidence of what? Are you talking to me? Mm-hmm. You're right about that, rude ass Ebu. That's right. Share that video. Indians not taxed as well. That's right, Moonlight Nation. Thank you for your attention. Okay, thank you for paying attention. I mean, or for your attention and just being able to come here. Oh, nah. All right, we good, Aboriginal. I'm sorry about that, then, brother. Mm-hmm. That's right, man. I'm out of here. I gotta go pick my daughter up. But peace to all the Aborigines, man. Love y'all. Got a couple more bills coming soon. Culture Freedom, be looking for it. Like I said, I already reached out to Hulu, and I actually got to call one of the guys back to see what is the actual formalities of trying to get it on some of these major platforms, the streaming sites. Um the link. Hey, AP, put that link in real quick before we get out. Can you put that link in? Damn, he dropped back out, y'all. Shit, I don't know if I could email that. See, the thing about a lot of these books, they be too large to send through an email. So some of them have to be sent, like if you got a what's the name of the book? The name of the book is called, let's get it back here. Damn, I wish I could put the link in there. I can't put the link because it's in my hard drive. It's called Ancient Mystics, Oriental Mason. And the page you want to look for when you find it is 20. It's actually 25. This is actually starts from here, the new chapter right here. Masonic Masonry. All right, it starts from here. It tells you that the Mason system was founded in the Americas, man. And even right here, look, it tells you that it's trying to tell you that people who look towards me is saying we are not indebted to either ancient Egypt for either religion or masonry, but to America. Okay, but to America. It's saying if it is a fact that at Memphis, Egypt, in the pyramids, under the guidance of the king of the mystic rites of masonry, who worked many thousands of years ago, but at the time, Egypt and the continent of America were one and the same. All right. So with that being said, this book is American Mystic, Oriental Masonry. You want to start from page 24 and throughout, because before then they get pretty much telling you about everything. And like I said, you got to really understand this stuff, man. And this is a Mason telling us this shit, yo. It's a Mason telling us that America was the first continent. We the first continent to rise out of the fucking water, yo. So call yourself what you want. Just don't call yourself an African or African American or whatever. And with that being said, y'all already know what it is, man. Love and light to everybody in the chat room. Love and light to all the Aborigines, North and South. And this concludes American God by Ahanu El, the God. And like I said, if you like to donate, my PayPal link is in the description, as well as my Cash App, and also my T-shirt spring is in the description. So with that being said, love and light to all the Aborigines, North and South, and the conjoining islands. Peace and love throughout all the subscribers and the brothers and sisters that come here. Even if you do come here with the I'm gonna say the confliction, because you know some people just still not ready to understand exactly what is really going on here. But however it go, man, I still love y'all. I still love y'all. Hopefully ain't nobody get raffled by the way that I, you know what I'm saying, that I do my presentations or whatever. But at the end of the day, man, we gotta get this information out. So with that being said, love and light to everybody. Peace. What you got? Hold up. What you would say, Camille? Hold up. I'm saying the off, saying Hermes, Abyss, saying are tricksters. He's saying here is the book. You got to put that link in separate, Cormier. I can't click onto it. Put it in again. Put the link in again real quick before I shut it down. That's right, man. Piece of the motherfucking American gods, man. American goddesses, man. Hey, you know what? Hey, Cormier, you get a chance, send it to my email. I'm definitely go to the hold up. Go to the all right, hold up. Let me see. I definitely would love to read that book if you got some more insight on it, my brother. Shout out to Cormeo. Let me see what you got. You're dropping in if you can. Or I don't know if you can. You probably ain't gonna be able to email it to me because that shit is probably gonna be too big. Let me see something. Did you drop it back in, Cormeo? Let me see something. Yeah, I gotta get it. Oh, there you go. All right, boom. Let me see if can I click on it? You know what? Why the fuck is it doing that? Let me see something. Let me hide it. Let me see if I can click on that link. No, I can't even click on it. Cormel, you get a chance, send it to my email. Just put the link into my email if you get a chance, and we can go over this. And if you got some further insight on it, come through and we could build on it. So with that being said, man, I gotta get out of here and go get my daughter, y'all. But love and light to everybody in the chat room, y'all. With that being said, peace.